Hi. We are now live. Ads should be done, so we should get started here. So, hey, hello, everybody. Hope y'all doing well. So I have a bit of a surprise, as in I've been cooking for a little bit, and by cooking I mean I've been scouring the internet for assets to use on my VTuber model, because I have felt like I needed to change things up for a bit. Partly because felt like my model was a little bit plain, I guess, for lack of a better word. So I managed to find a few assets to use to help spice things up. I also made a couple of slight changes to my actual model itself as well, in addition to the adjustments. So let's actually hop over here for a moment. So, this is my current design. It looks very... This music is very intense. And this is mechanical rhythm. It's like, I don't know if this is the most fitting music for this discussion, actually. What was I saying? So yeah, basically, with my design, I wanted a little bit more flair to the upper part of the model, because that's the part you primarily see. There's a lot more detail in the lower half, which you never actually get to see. So it made sense to try to change that. I didn't even set up a thing. Oops. I can't even show this without dropping frames, most likely. So hey, there might be a slight hiccup because of trying to set this up. So be aware of that. But I'm gonna try to quickly get this running. I definitely plan very far in advance because I make smart life choices. I actually don't know how big this image will be, but there you go. I'm dubbing this 2.0 just because I like numbers for the sake of being able to actually denote things, so I'm calling this a 2.0. I guess I could have gone with like a 2.5, maybe that would have been more apt. But yeah, I made the skin tone a little bit darker to be closer to my own skin tone. I got rid of the little like undershirt because, let's be real, I don't ever wear anything like that. But I found a necklace design on booth.pm that I really like. There's only like 200 yen, which is like $1.40, so I'm like, sure, what the hell, why not? I also found a free flower for free. I've linked both in my About tab on Twitch if you want to find the links to those. Yeah, just a couple of small changes. Something else to note is with the flowers specifically, I wanted to evoke one of my favorite characters, who is Dizzy from Guilty Gear Strive. So I wanted the dual flowers in the hair to kind of call back, but I made them pink because white flowers would be virtually indistinguishable. So there you go. The rest of the model is basically unchanged, but again, just wanted to show that off real quick. And I got rid of this because it's blocking the entire screen. There we go. What is this? There's nothing here. There's like just an image source that's not being used or anything. I should delete that. Anyway, that is a quick overview of the new model. Not anything too fancy, but I think these are very nice changes. But hi everybody, welcome on in. Hi Clay, hi Zon, hi Del, hi Aiden, hi Mario. Thank you all for the nice words. I definitely spent a lot of time trying to like find things that would suit. And again, oops, that's not the right button. I might try to make more tweaks in the future if I can find more assets that I feel are fitting for this aesthetic that I'm going for. Again, I wanted to have trans colors roughly. I wanted to have like a snow fox theme. The little like snowflake necklace, I think, kind of adds to that snow aesthetic on the upper torso, because you didn't really get that from the upper torso before. The pink flowers, again, are just a character reference. I want to reference another one of my favorite characters, but I don't know where to incorporate it. But basically like a gem. I don't know where to put it, though, without the model becoming just messy, though. Like a little necklace on top of the choker would be just kind of crowded at that point. So I'll keep workshopping. I also kind of wanted to go full Disney and like put flowers all over the tails, but that would have been too much work. I would have had to actually add them in Unity. And that's a lot of effort, so I'm not going to do that. But yeah, something to consider in the future if I ever like... depending on how long I keep doing this, basically. Yeah, that's a quick overview of that whole situation. So we're going to pause the music, we're going to hop over to the game, because that about covers what I had to say about the model. Voila! Okay, so we're continuing Fox Girls favorites today. This was very last minute, hence why I didn't even have the thing set up in the feed. However, this one's going to be interesting for a couple of reasons. One, this is our first like RPG of many, so this might be a slightly longer playthrough. Two, it's the first with like this full layout. We did use this for Mario 64 last week, or Totsugeki 64 last week, but you know, that wasn't like a full playthrough. We just got 70 stars and stopped. I just wanted to do something for May's birthday, because that's the kind of person I am. And yeah, this will be interesting. I think the mono contrast is really nice with the pink now. It kind of stands out better. I feel like the skin tone before was so pale, which so it kind of blends in with the hair even. And also, oh yeah, the other thing I forgot to mention is the one eye is pink now. So I have one pink eye and one blue eye to kind of reflect my main color scheme for my model. Alright, let's get started with this. Mario & Luigi Superstar Saga. As the name of the stream implies, this game is very important to me as it was the first RPG I ever played. It was completely on a whim. I had no clue what this game was. I don't think I'd ever heard of it even. I just saw it at a Best Buy and impulse bought it. I actually had a choice, I'm pretty sure, between this and Super Mario World 2, or Super Mario World, and I opted for this instead. I think that was a good choice in the end. The Goodwill Ambassador from the Bean Kingdom has arrived. I'm gonna try to read the dialogue. This might not go well, but we'll see. I wish to improve my kingdom's ties with the Mushroom Kingdom. I bring a gift from Queen Bean. Thank you, Freeze. Welcome on in. And we have our main antagonists already set up. That was very quick and easy. Hi Nicole, new Fox. Yep, new Fox. On the scene. Again, it's not that different. Hi GB, thank you. Again, I don't think it's that radically different, but just it gives a little bit of extra flair that kind of helps the contrast. Emergency situation. I don't know how to do a Toad voice. I'm not even gonna try. I don't want to kill my voice. Did you see the Kingdom Courier? Mario! Okay, so we get to play Toad. Eventually a D-pad will pop up on the screen to be like, hey, you can actually control this. Because, like, I definitely just sat there expecting a cutscene to play out when I first played this. Toad can't do anything. We can only walk around. We have to also go into the shower. I hear humming. Eek! He's so embarrassed he just runs into a dresser. And then Mario, like, kicks shit out of him for some reason. Princess Peach! Princess Peach! I don't know how the hell that voice is coming through. And now Luigi's dragged off into the sunset. Yeah, no, Luigi's just literally dragged the entire way. Like, poor guy. Attacking me when my back is turned, huh? Well, that's typical. Come here, super coward bros. Alright, now we have to fight Bowser. This is the tutorial. As you might expect, this isn't a hard fight. If I can get through this with a perfect Mario. When was your last battle? Did you already forget about your action commands? No, I've played this game 20 times. Oh really? I should have known. Sorry for the interruption. It's kind of interesting that they let you skip this tutorial, but like no other tutorial in the game. It's really annoying, actually. But I'll complain about that later. Mario! I forgot something. This is really important. You can also dodge Bowser's attacks. Do you want to know how? No. Stop interrupting. Oh really? I should have known. Sorry for the interruption. Again, I don't think this Toad voice is working, at least for me, because I'm probably gonna hurt my voice if I voice every Toad this way. Erk. Blarg. Wait a second. Listen, this is no time for fighting, even though I would have won. Listen to me, everyone. Something terrible has happened. The goodwill ambassador from our neighbor, the Bean Kingdom, just paid a visit. Yeah, but it was no friendly visit. The ambassador stole Princess Peach's voice. And replaced it with this explosive vocabulary. If I kidnap Princess Peach in this stage, she'll wreck my castle. Mario, do something super. But this isn't Super Mario RPG. Mario, please go and retrieve Princess Peach's beautiful voice. Only you can do it. Let Peach say fuck. The perpetrator came from the Bean Kingdom. If you head over there, you should be able to learn more. Ah, yes, go capture that feed and then get back Peach's voice, and then I can kidnap her. I'll take my Koopa Cruiser and reach the Bean Kingdom in no time. Mario, we leave immediately. He's so chunky in this game. I love this Bowser sprite. I wish more games portrayed Bowser as just a little guy like this. So off on an adventure yet again. I just hope your long vacation hasn't left you out of shape. You can stretch out and warm up here in this plaza. Oh, and I talked to everyone around here. Who knows what you might learn? No, Toad voice training is gonna be the end of me, isn't it? That big bad mean altogether nasty Bowser went rushing out toward the other exit. Alright. Oh Mario, your mustache looks so silky smooth today. Show me that super jump. Oh, that was so awesome. Mario, you're the only one in the whole world who can jump like that. You rule. Thank you for the hydration check, Chibi. I'll get to that momentarily. There's a secret thing over here. You found something precious. We'll investigate that later, and by later I mean literally right now. It's this guy over here. Hey, that's it. That's the precious belonging I've been looking for. Thank you. You're the best. The best. Please take this in return. So we get a 1-up for that. What do you have to say? Keep up the good work. Okay, will do. Have we talked to you yet? So you're going to the Bean Kingdom. That's quite a journey. Do you want to learn about action icons before you go? No. Oh, I see. Fine, then. Great. Good luck in the Bean Kingdom. You'll need it. Got another mushroom up here. That's this Toad's mushroom. Oh wow, my mushroom. You got it for me? You can say no, but we're not gonna be mean. Oh, thank you so much, yes. But say, you're going to the Bean Kingdom soon, huh? You'd better keep it then. And please take this as a going-away gift. I insist. It's nice to be nice. We got a super mushroom. Good luck with all your jumping and stuff over in the Bean Kingdom. I have no clue what my voice is turning into this stream already, and we're only like 20 minutes in. This is a good sign. Oh dear, trouble. I've gotten separated from the Bowser baddies. Listen, do you know where Lord Bowser has gone? Great, which way did he go? Don't tell him down, because then you screw this up. You want to tell him up, so he actually gets to the place in time. Oh, okay, thanks. It's almost time to assemble. And boy, I can't miss that. I've gotta hurry. He'll get mad at you for giving him bad directions if you tell him down, otherwise he'll just careen into a wall. Good talk. Yeah, so I recently returned from a really nice trip to the Bean Kingdom. Hoo-Hoo Mountain, ho-ho-oh, Ocean, Chucklehuck Woods, Tee Valley. So much to see. I've recorded all my travels in my save album. So this is telling us we can save the game. And we definitely should save the game a lot, because, hey, I haven't played this game in a while, and we kinda screw up a few things. Who knows? Maybe this will be the run where I actually struggle in this game. Bowser's Koopa Cruiser's parked just up ahead. Ooh, that is one mean machine. Boy, it's not a mean bean machine though, cause that's copyrighted. Anyway, it's time you're on your way. Head in that direction once you're ready, okay? But rushing headfirst into trouble like you always do is crazy. So be sure to save that save album. Master Mario! Oh, this is supposed to be a mistake committing to reading all the dialogue. It would appear that I'm just in time. I have prepared a suitcase for you to take with you on your long journey. I'm quite sure it will prove useful, as it holds many items and outfits. Please take it. Alright, we have a suitcase now. This is our, like, pause menu, basically. Just press select to open your suitcase and check the menu screen. Then you can use any items you found in your journey, or even change your clothes. It's also a good idea to use that screen to double check your personal status. Once you board the Koopa Cruiser, you can take your time and look through it. Now then, I have one more parting gift, as it were. Some funds for your trip. Here you go. You got 100 coins. Hell yeah. I hope nothing bad happens to those. Oh gracious, Master Luigi, are you going to the Bean Kingdom as well? Ah, you're just seeing Master Mario off. A capital idea. I do believe I'll join you. Master Mario, I'm going to go on ahead. I shall be waiting for you in front of the Koopa Cruiser. Alright, so here we are. This is the Koopa we helped earlier. Where the hell is everybody? Mario! You're late. What were you doing? We're leaving right now, so get on board and make it snappy. Gwahaha. Well, so what do you think? Incredible, isn't it? This is my newest weapon, the Koopa Cruiser. Yes, very good. Now all I need are my baddies. Bowser baddies. I feel like the word baddies has been ruined for me. God, where are they? Huh? On the green blazes? Hey you, are you signing up to join my crew of Bowser baddies? I see, you want me to bring you along that badly, huh? Yes, you. Gwahaha, oh that's rich. Don't be modest, Mr. Green. I mean, you look like a real pain, but I'll take you anyway. I can make a joke that I don't think anyone would get. Hey you, stop! Your gnarliness, the baddies have just arrived. Did they change this in Super Saga DX to like Bowser, like Koopa Troop or something? Hey, the assembly area's over here, you blithering idiots. I don't know how much they changed the dialogue, cause I know they did for Thousand Door. I don't know for this game though. All baddies have assembled. We shall now begin boarding the Koopa Cruiser. Aha, good, then we can depart, and with an increased head count. 2, excellent. Your filthiness boarding is now complete, except for one deserter. What? Move it, you idiots. Initiate cruiser pursuit. Thank you all for the kind words on the model, by the way. I don't know if I said that already. Again, it's very subtle updates, but I think ones that definitely help to flash out the visual appearance a little bit. I almost think I might change the background of the stream though, away from pink, just because the flowers kind of blend in, but I don't know where they change it to. Hey, you down there in the ship's belly. Mario, what's your name? Green guy. Mario and Mr. Green, Mario brother guy. Look alive down there, will you two? We're about to arrive in the Bean Kingdom. Press select to open your suitcase, arrange your stuff, and get ready to roll. Then report to the deck, pronto. For some reason, no one knows Luigi's name in this game. He's always just the Green Mario, which is like, oof. Mario and Luigi games are always so mean to Luigi. Like, it gets worse, actually. Like, in every game, it feels like... It's like, Stuffwell's kind of a dick, but like, everyone is so mean to Luigi by like Dream Team. Yeah, so you may not know this, we Bowser baddies recently added a new member. Yes, he's in training until we land in the Bean Kingdom. Yep, it's the longest. Ready? Press start to switch positions between front and back. Oh yeah, press start to switch positions between front and back. Ready? The A button controls the lead guy, the B button controls the guy in the back. Oh yeah, the A button controls... Okay, so very redundant. We also want to go down here. Oh, these two also. Ready? If you see a bro block, make sure you hit the block that matches your color. If you hit the block that matches your color, the block will move sideways. If you hit the block that matches your color, the block will move sideways. I love bro blocks. That's like my favorite game, clearly. I know it's bros technically, but I'm busy taking pictures. Don't talk to me right now. Get in line, cutters. Is this zit noticeable? Oof, feel that. I always look so off on photographs. Feel that too. Hey there, you two. Yeah, you two mustache dudes. You're about to enter the Bean Bean Kingdom, so you have your passports with you, right? Well, it looks like you've got a suitcase there. Tell you what, go ahead and press select to open your suitcase, okay? I'm just gonna shrink down and look at your stuff, if you don't mind. Well, you got them right there. These are your passports. But hey, there aren't any photos. This won't get you into the Bean Bean Kingdom. No sir, no way, no how. Don't wig out about it though. If we take your pictures here, you should be just fine. Since the great Bowser has called you two to the deck, I'll let you two cut the line. So happy at getting their passport photos taken. I wish I could have that level of enthusiasm for that. Snapping photos is easy. Pictures taken instantaneously. Just stand on that mat there. See it? Right there. Step onto the mat once you're ready. No hurry. Now, Mr. Green Stash, you step back. Okay, I'm gonna take it. Oops, I forgot to tell you. Listen, when you're getting your picture taken, stand still. Don't go pressing up, down, left, right on the control pad to hold the pose. Yep, we totally got a good photo. Your next, Mr. Green Sash. Press start to move to the front of the line, then press just stand on the mat. Got it. Okay, Mario, you step back, nice and easy. And away we go. Ready? Say cheep cheep. Okay, I've taken passport photos for both of you. Aren't we all happy now? Happy all around. Again, I wish I could be this happy at getting a passport photo taken. This is the Koopa we helped earlier. That goes there, and this goes here. Working the hold isn't easy, and if you mess up, you have to start all over again. Oh, Mario, it's me, the lost guy. Hey, thanks for telling me which way to go back in the Mushroom Kingdom. I was kind of panicking. But thanks to you, I was the first one to board the Koopa Cruiser. Here, let me give you this. Got one up mushroom. It's nice to be nice. Again, that's what I was referencing when I said that earlier. I forgot when that actually came up in this game. Alright, so we need to break this barrel. And then this Koopa's gonna be mad at us. Hey! Watch it, you clumsy oafs. Don't break the Great Bowser's cargo. It's important stuff. The deck. The deck's just up ahead. But before you go there, I need to make sure you won't slow Lord Bowser down. So I'll teach you how to fight as a pair. Nope, don't care. Alright, but it's not my fault if you get in hot water later because you think you know everything. Wanna break the barrel? Hell yeah. Let's go throw hands with a Goomba, which is maybe not the best word choice. Hey! Bowser will get mad at me if I don't whip you into shape, so even if you don't want to, listen up. See, like, okay, they just give you a tutorial anyway. Let me show you how to dodge. Mario uses the A button, and the green uses the B button. Just jump to dodge. Now then, little baddies, attack Mario. Attack! Halt! Press the A button here. Next, attack Mr. Leaning Green. Halt! Press the B button now. So as you can see, depending on how you time your jump, you might not only dodge, but counterattack as well. The thing is though, there's some attacks like Bowser's Flames that you can't counter. Alrighty then, practice up. Oh, oops, whoops, I almost forgot. You attack the same way as when there's only one of you. So Mr. Leaning Green uses the B button for his attack command. Press the B button when you want to jump on an enemy, now you can practice up. I had the most bizarre thought right now, but him saying calling Luigi Mr. Lean Green made me think of like, picture like Luigi singing Justine from Guilty Gear Strive. This is the most, like, unsurprising thought process, if you know me. I feel. Like, yeah, no, that's a Yuna thing to think. Probably. Sometimes I think about how, like, predictable I am, apparently, because it's like, I feel like I'm slowly building up this reputation as, like, the Guilty Gear fangirl in my, like, immediate circle, which I'm kind of, like, continually torn on, because it's, like, on one hand, sure, but also I'm, like, I think it causes people to overestimate how good I am at the actual game. I just like a lot of the characters and lore, but I'm actually just kind of okay at the game itself, I'd say. Like, I'm not, like, amazing at it. That sucks. By the way, this is on the NSO version, just for the sake of convenience. I'm not going to be rewinding, though. Come here, you. We're gonna take the stat drops we get, even if they're garbage. You wanna see Luigi just cosplaying as Shawnee now? Come here, you. Like herding cats. It's too quick. I can't catch it. And I have to get ready for being immigration. Oh, it's Mario and Mr. Greeny. Can you two help me out? I'll teach you something important about going into battle in the process, no charge. We love mandatory tutorials. Now you can catch these guys, but first you have to stop them and start a battle. So I kind of wonder what the philosophy of this game was, actually. That's right, if you stomp on the monsters you enter battle, it'll start the battle by taking damage. Ouch. Well, it's not super cool. Anyway, the rest is up to you. Oops, I forgot something. If you fail to stomp on a monster and it hits the dude in the back when you enter battle, then that guy can't move until his turn comes. Watch out. It kind of makes me wonder what the design philosophy of this game was, because they let you skip like basic action command tutorials, which makes me wonder if they were actually taking like Paper Mario into account. Like, oh, you might have played Paper Mario, so you know what an action command is, but like, specifically the double actions are the ones that the game drills a little bit harder. It makes me wonder if that's like a deliberate design choice. To make sure you know how like the new combat stuff works. Ooh, thanks. One down, one to go. Hey, can you get that other guy? The other thing is, Mario and Luigi always stood out to me, and I think this was a really good first RPG as a result, because I think it's kind of accessible to a Mario fan who maybe isn't as familiar with RPGs, even more so than like Paper Mario or Super Mario RPG. Ooh, thanks. Mostly because of being able to dodge. Now I'm all ready. Hell yeah. Thanks, remember when you see enemies, just stomp them into the ground. Just make sure the bro in the back doesn't get hit. Good advice, I guess. Hey, according to the book Bean Bean Vacations, you can save your travels by hitting that album there. They really want to make sure you can save. Hit it often to save your travels. Oh yeah, we get to actually see your passport photos now in full glory. Yeah, you can no-hit this game pretty easily, I feel. This one's pretty accessible, I'd say. Except for, like, one part of the game that everyone always says is really hard. Huh? What in the... Hey, who did this? Who put cargo in this area? How are we supposed to get in the deck? Got to the deck with this in the way. Hitting that block there activates the pinch crane. I like to call it Mr. Pinch. Don't ask me why. In case it's not really obvious, you should be able to use old Mr. Pinch to move that cargo. So hey, you wanna know why it's called Mr. Pinch? Because it's very good at, like, this. Just, like, pinching someone in the head. Also, this doesn't explain how to get past the cargo. Uh-oh, looks like the crane mistook you for cargo. That looks uncomfortable. Hey, since you're up there, why don't we use you as a lookout? Like, how do they get to the deck if the crane is occupied? They don't explain that. Your rancidness. We'll soon pass over the border between the Mushroom and Bean Bean Kingdoms. Nice work. You can go back below decks now. Oh my god, I love the sprite. And what's with all the hoopla? That's what's with all the hoopla. Aw, what now? Who would have thought you'd catch up to the Great Kakarota in even 100 million years? You're the fiend who stole Peach's voice. How dare you pull off such a cool evil plan? Oh, I dare. And now I'm going straight back to the Beaming Kingdom so my next plan can take root. I have no time to chat with the likes of you. Waffle, take care of this. Oh no. How's this gonna play out? Hold it. Yeah. I am the Great Kakarot's most best pupil, who is named Waffle. I'm here laughing at you. If you are giving us the chase just to get your silly princess's voice, then you are idiots of foolishness. Princess Peach's sweet voice will soon be the bread that makes a sandwich of Kakarot's desires. This battle shall be the delicious mustard on that bread. The mustard of your doom. I wonder what the original translation was like the Japanese translation, because I can't imagine it was like this. Next, it is the turn of you. Alright, Waffle time. This is a pretty standard. He doesn't even get boss music, which is weird. I again, don't know if they changed that for the remake. So the color of his dialogue box indicate who needs to jump. But yeah, there was a 3DS version. Ow, grr. He's just gonna scoot over here. Hey, you wanna dodge this nuts attacks? No. Have it your way. I forgot which restaurant has that as a slogan. Is it Burger King? I can't even remember for some reason. The 3DS version is really interesting. Have you readiness for this? So that's gonna attack both, but he starts with whichever color this is in. But yeah, the 3DS version adds the 2-hit combo system from I guess Partners in Time technically, but it's more like Bowser's Inside Story, because the 2-hit combo, oof. The 2-hit combo is more for, now it's when I ram you. The 2-hit combo is more for, both bros, but it was incorporated into their core moveset, starting with Bowser's Inside Story. That's what I was trying to say. What if in the Japanese version he just speaks perfect English? That'd be funny. It's always interesting when characters speak English. Intentionally made poor translations for each language. That's really cool, actually. Oof. How could fake rats like you beat such an awful nasty as me? Headgear. I have fury. Now is when the talking stops. I do not have time to stop and smell such foul roses such as you. One fell swoop is the way I deal with you, fake rats. Why didn't he do that in the actual fight? Hi, I see walk one in. Thank you for the head pats. We're just about to crash an airship into a neighboring kingdom, apparently. That sounds really bad when you put it that way. General Starshade, a massive explosion has been sighted. Confirmation. I need confirmation. General Starshade, meteorites confirmed. I feel like this dialogue is burned to my soul at this point. Impact in Stardust Fields. Initiate recon. Emergency, emergency! Here's what happens. Yeah, it's not inaccurate, but... God, this song is also baked into my soul. This is Yoko Shimomura, by the way. For the first 5 games. 5? Yeah, it's 5, right? Brothership is 6, I think. That's a different composer, because Yoko Shimomura was working on a different game called like Renatus or something. That ended up not actually being that good, unfortunately. I'm sure the soundtrack is the best part of that game. The Koopa Cruiser, we haven't finished paying it off yet. Oh, damn. That sucks. Find Lord Bowser. Oh, help us. Bowser fell on the other side of the border. Alright, so let's go rescue Bowser. You don't vibe with the GBA graphics. I actually kind of like it. It's very unique. But I'm also nostalgic for this game. Oh well, talk about a nice surprise. Check it out, bro. It looks like the famous Mario Bros have arrived. Man, that really brings back the memories, doesn't it? Good times, good times. So what's up, brothers M? Are you two heading off on a journey together? Oh, so you probably want us to let you pass, huh? Well, yeah, well, I'm sure you guys know this is the border of the Mushroom Kingdom. That's right, it's the border, and since we're the border security, we can't let you in until you do some jumping worthy of the Mario name. See, I like Bowser's sprite in this game. It's so, like, it's so scrunkly. I actually really like it. How, like, off-model the characters look in this game. Want to do the border jump? Hell yeah! I wonder how many people I'm gonna make mad by, like, getting this first try. I'm not saying that overly seriously, but I'm gonna do my best to get this first try, because, child me spent an absurd amount of time doing all the border jump levels, so I'm wondering if I still have it, basically. But I feel like this is something that actually trips people up on the first playthrough, and it definitely tripped me up on the first playthrough, but when you played it 50 million times, it's not nearly as bad. Very cool, that was some incredible jumping. I got hit one time, which is like, I wish I could have gone through it hitless, but it's fine. Just beyond here is Bean Kingdom. You be extra careful when traveling there. We're gonna go over here. Hold up, bros. Since we've been on duty, you two are the first people ever to cross our border. I mean, ever. We've gotta commemorate this occasion by giving you this. You got a Bean map. As long as you have a map, you'll feel safer in foreign lands, right? Press select to view the menu and check out that map. We're going immediately back in, because I make good choices with my life. You ready to try the infamous border jump 2 challenge? Yep. Oh, okay. Like, these Hammer Bros, actually, I kind of... Like, I don't know what they look like in the remake. I forget what they actually look like. Like, I wonder if they're just Hammer Bros. Border jump 3 Knuckles? Yeah, we'll give that a shot at some point. Fake out? They're just normal Hammer Bros? Like, okay, but these I actually kind of like. Because these look more like Koopas than actual Koopas do. Like, these look more like traditional Koopas. And like, there's one character that gets solely swapped out. You've cleared level 2. That was some great jumping. How about a beanie reward to commemorate? Please don't phrase it that way. You can't just find this type of bean just anywhere. All yours. Enjoy. Yeah, the remake is a lot more like homogenous, for lack of a better word. Which does kind of loses a little bit of charm. You ready to take the Super Border Jump Challenge? Hell yeah, we are. Kinda like Sumo Bros. Yeah, that's a good point. Ah, okay. Yeah, I'd have to replay the remake. I've only played that version one time, which is as much as I love this game. And I actually really like the remake too. Like, to be perfectly honest, I'm not like, you know, the remake's hot garbage or anything. I think it's a very good remake for us. Me and the bros at 2 AM looking for beanie rewards. I feel like we need to put a pin on that for later. Like, I'm gonna have to remember that for later. You've cleared level 3! That was some great jumping. Yeah, bean time. Yeah, DX is actually pretty solid, I'd say. I've heard Bowser's worse because the 30 FPS cap makes action commands a lot less reliable. You want to play Super Border Jump Sunshine? I love this. This is so goofy. By the way, this is the only one we're gonna obsess about this way. I'm not gonna max out like the minecart stuff, for example, just because I'm bad at that one. And I never devoted as much time to that one. But like, this is how I got the beans in my childhood playthroughs. I would just do this mode over and over again until I had enough beans. That's the whole story, because Alpha Dream was basically going under regardless. They just kind of did Bowser's Inside Story remake as a last-ditch effort, and they went with that because that was the popular one. But then it just kind of was so half-baked in a way, because they were just kind of rushing out before their bankruptcy. That just was not good, unfortunately. And then it went under. And then from what I gather, I think a lot of staff got absorbed into other companies. A lot of them did end up working on Brothership, along with like the Octopath Studio Acquire, which I guess is now owned by Sony because of Kadokawa in a way. Want to take the challenge of the complete border jump? Hell yeah. So the goal of this is to get through all 5 levels, basically. In a row. My only issue with like the original that I think the remake actually does a better job of is not forcing mic controls. I don't like the Bowser fights in Inside Story on DS because of that. And you know, people always try to throw out the easy gotcha of like, oh well, clearly they would have been better off if they'd made a Switch remake. It's like they did not have the resources to make a Switch remake. They were on hard times and definitely could not swing to HD development. From what I gather, they like, you know, that wasn't even like a possibility just because they had just only done handheld development up to that point, basically, and only like support work on like, you know, sports games. I think they did support work for like the Mario and Sonic Olympics games, for example. Oops. So yeah, I definitely do feel like Alpha Dream as a company was just kind of stuck, unfortunately, and frankly, from Nintendo's perspective, because the constant like gotcha is like, oh, what if they just bailed out Alpha Dream? It's like, it probably wouldn't have been worth it. It probably would have been just better to just absorb the staff that they wanted and not try to take all the debts left over, basically. That's a slightly cynical take. Yeah, I love these games. I even like Paper Jam. Like, that's a hot take, probably. However, I definitely feel like the creative juices were running dry, and like Brothership apparently is very creative. It should have just been like 10 hours shorter. That's like my overall impression of Brothership, having not played it, is it's a great game and it's too damn long. It could have been like way shorter and would have been better off for it. That's basically it. Like, other than that, it's fine. Which, to be fair, I've played some chunky RPGs. I can probably get through that eventually. I just haven't played it. It came out at a bad time, and I'm not going to elaborate this time. Hell yeah. Yeah, it came out like the first week of November in 2024. It was a Thursday, so like I was not in the mood for a Mario and Luigi game, unfortunately, when it happened. And again, I will not elaborate farther. I've heard like Brothership veers on like 60 to 70 hours, sometimes longer. So like double. Like, it's basically as long as multiple other Mario and Luigi's put together. Hi, Caitlin. Welcome on in. I love short RPGs. And by short, I mean this is like only 10 hours. This will probably be a 3-stream game if I like actually don't screw up constantly. And if I don't fight everything, too. Okay, I'm really weird about RPGs. I will fight everything. I have a hot take. Anyone who gets mad at being overleveled is like a gatekeeper. Like, this is honestly my hot take on RPGs. Like, literally, why does it matter if you're overleveled or not? If the person wants to be overleveled, then like, let them. Like, who cares? Like, oh, but it'll be easier. It's like, yeah, maybe they don't want, maybe they don't care. So like, that's my hot take on overleveling, is I literally don't care. And it's like, just being told I shouldn't overlevel is like, I don't know why it matters so much. Anyway, Bowser should be over here. Just gonna jump on Bowser like that. See, he's so skunkly. Hey Mario, great timing. I could use a hand here. I'm kind of stuck. Look, keep your diet jokes to yourself. They're not funny. Just get me out of here. Nyek, nyek, nyek. Why could it be that Bowser, the Great Koopa King, has fallen into my cannon? Nyek, how amusing. Who dare speak to me so? Nyek, nyek, nyek. I'm Tolstar, the great and famed king of Stardust Fields. I've heard tales of you, but you aren't very impressive in person. Nyek, nyek, nyek. Nyek, nyek. If you want me to get him out of there, little people... What? You must pay in coins. I feel like a lot of this dialogue has not aged well. I will set him free for all of your coins, and I'll even keep this most embarrassing incident a secret. What? That's not fair. Oh, he's so sad. Wait, I can do this. I just remembered. I can just do this. Pardon me, I'm not sure I heard you correctly just now. You'll give me all 119 of your coins. Bowser's yo-yo eyeballs. I think those are tears. Nyek, nyek, nyek. Why, these are Mushroom Kingdom coins, aren't they? This is the Bean Bean Kingdom. I suppose I'll have to calculate the value in the local currency. Let's see, at today's exchange rate, 119 Mushroom Kingdoms are worth 10 Bean Bean coins. Now, sorry, but for only 10 coins, I can't guarantee the secret won't slip out. Nyek, nyek. Yes, that means I'll need an additional 100 Bean Bean coins. Go find them in Stardust Fields and bring them back to me. Now I'll help you, Koopa King. Look around Stardust Fields and find me 100 coins. You can find them in blocks or win them in battles. Check your menu to see how many you have. Wow, how helpful. Nyek? Well, let's see here. You now have 0 coins. Hey, you haven't collected 100 coins yet, deadbeats. Ouch. Yeah, fun story about Persona 5. I might tell the story of Fox Girl's Favorites goes on long enough. Because we are, circa 2004 with this playthrough. So, if I ever get to Persona, it'll be a while. Conversion rate's terrible. Yeah, that hits different now, I think. Now that I'm old enough to understand exchange rates compared to when I was a kid and I didn't quite get it as much. By the way, they made this game easier in the Japanese version. It actually came out in North America first. And it is significantly... Oh shit. It is significantly harder because certain enemy stats are actually retooled for the Japanese version. And also, they add heal blocks from Paper Mario. So like, there's no heal blocks in the NTSC version. The other big example of that in this same series is Darkness in Time, where, like, some of the final bosses were given, like, significantly less health in the Japanese version compared to the American version that came out first. Like, certain bosses were basically nerfed into the ground because they were stupidly difficult in that original. I think that's a good choice, personally. Oh, this is stupid. L's cancel. No? L is not cancel. That's the later games. This is not stupid then. The remake was harder? Yeah, the remake in some ways is harder. I don't think it actually is on a surface level, just because muscle memory. So like a lot of people who think the remake is harder, I think it's also partly just because they grew up with the original and they're like so like, the old action command timings are so ingrained in them that they find it harder. Like, the same goes for Thousand Year Door Remake, where they basically, because it's Thousand Year Door Remake is 30 FPS also, like, attack timings are changed to account for that. So, what used to have, like, a 2-frame window has, like, a 3-frame window, which is... slightly, it's weird how the frame rate works. You know, hypothetically, if you take a 4-frame window and chop it down to like 60 FPS to 30 FPS, it should be like a 2-frame window. So I think Thousand Year Door Remakes is a 3-frame window, which does make it more generous by a technicality. However, genuinely, I think the remake feels harder because I played this game and also Thousand Year Door 50 skajillion times. I don't even know if that's a real measurement. I've played these games so many times that the old timings are so burnt into my soul that I literally struggle to get used to the new timings. And that's basically that's it. That's like why this feels so hard. That's basically the only problem. So we have these two. Sergeant Starshade, the shooting stars we just witnessed were an alien bombardment, perhaps. In the name of the Starshade Bros, we will find the alien scum, and they will rule the day. I almost said punish you, but that's the wrong in the name of. General Starshade, sir, I've confirmed the presence of a suspicious unknown entity. It is a vivid green color that pierces the eye. Yes, sighting confirmed. However, I see not green, but red. Urgent, pursue additional visual contact immediately. How do you feel about these voices, by the way? I don't know if I'm doing a good job at all or not. So much charm packed into a game that's horizontal resolution is like 320 pixels. Like, it's kind of wild if you actually contextualize things that way. Oh, incredible is none other than Mario from the Mushroom Kingdom. Luigi sighting confirmed. Sergeant Starshade. Change of mission objective. Change autograph stat. Obtain autograph stat. I see. Incredible to think. Princess Peach's lovely voice in the hands of some vile enemy. Her voice must be recovered, no matter what it takes. Priority 1, Sergeant Starshade. We must provide as much field support as we can. Very well, we Starshade Bros will teach her the secrets of Bros actions. Master Mario, Master Luigi, special Bros action training shall commence immediately. Are you ready to undergo training? I wish you could skip tutorials, for the love of God. When you wish to jump up to a high ledge, Luigi can jump on Mario to perform a high jump. First press the L button to choose your high jump. Say the line. Damn, I talked over it. Then press the B button to jump. At the moment you jump on him, press the B button again. So you can jump higher than you can on your own. Indeed, it's jumping synergy. Do you require another explanation? No, I don't need this explanation. Very well, Luigi. Then use the high jump you just learned to reach the ledge on the right. Excellent work, men. That feels weird. If you use your high jump, you can climb ledges that you could never climb before. Or alone. Now press start to change positions, Mario, sir. You move to the rear. Press the L button to choose your spin jump. Where is my mind today? And press the B button to jump. See, right? Piggyback. I don't think that's how that works. Now, if you press the B button once more, the two of you can spin through the air together. Press the control pad while you spin to move through the air. If that's how you're doing a piggyback ride, I think you're doing something wrong. I don't think you're supposed to be standing on the person's head. It is possible to use the spin jump. Just to jump across wide valleys and dangerous pits. Nope. It has tandem, yeah. Very well, Mario. Then use your spin jump to reach the ledge on the right. Sorry, we have to... just get that out of our system. Excellent. See, boys, actions that the rear members perform using the B button are called Bros actions. Press the L button to choose an action and the B button to perform it. Remember that. There are more actions that only brothers like you can perform. Training complete. Ready to return? Excellent. Now, the proving grounds. The time has come to show the fruits of your training. You must use the high jump and spin jump we just taught you to reach the flag way up there. Good luck, soldiers. It's funny how, distinct Yoko Shimomura's compositions are, where it's like, if I can hear one, I'm like, yeah, that's Yoko Shimomura. Like, Brothership was immediately like, that's not her. Like, I can just tell, it's not her style. Incredible, Master Mario, Master Luigi, you truly are super brothers. I salute you. You have perfectly mastered the high jump and spin jump. Master Mario, Master Luigi, may your mission be successful. Good luck out there. Move out. Goodbye. You can also press L and R together to clear action commands back to jump, which is really nice. Like, they'll just say hi. Like, Luigi just being very friendly, like, hi! And Mario's just too busy spinning. How many coins do we even have? Like, how overkill am I going at this point? Can we do this fight in a minute before the ad break starts? I guess we'll find out. Not with these enemies. So another thing as a kid is I don't think I understood like the roulette system very well. I'm pretty sure I dumped a lot of points into just like one stat. And I didn't quite understand, oh wait, yeah, that's bad, because then you get like all ones if you just do the same stat every time. So yeah, I will be fighting a lot of enemies because I like being over-leveled. I can tell the Final Fantasy VII story again after the ad break. Yeah, I for one am very much a proponent of if you want to over-level, that is your prerogative. I don't know why people are so uptight about that. Yeah, we're just gonna park up here for a little bit, and we're gonna go to ad break. So I'm gonna go stretch, hydrate, and we'll be back shortly with more Superstar Saga. This is definitely my own time kind of game, but I still need to finish Rhythm Heaven. Fever. I also need to play Mega Mix because I still haven't. I am restarting because I switched 3DSs, I think, because of like reasons. I ended up having to like, oh yeah, dead name account stuff. So I had to find a workaround to get some old 3DS games back on that file. Yeah, ads are almost wrapping up, so once again, I just really want to quickly show off the model, once again. Ta-da! In case you missed the full model earlier. Again, the lower half is basically the same. It's just basically the necklace. I got rid of the little, like, straps on the outfit. Again, the one eye is pink, and we've got little flowers now. And again, more changes to come in the future. Most likely. But again, that's the problem for future me to sort out. Sorry, Hole in One. Good song. Again, I actually do like Rhythm Heaven. It was frustrating to play on the stream. To like, trying to be talkative and also trying to focus and also like slight input delay, I felt. So yeah, just a lot of things got in the way of me enjoying Rhythm Heaven on the stream, which I feel bad about. Maybe we'll just restart Fever at some point and give it another go. Like, fresh perspective, kinda. Kinda getting my posture in a good spot here. I wish I had like a mic stand that could like attach to the desk and it can move around, but I have a desk that has like beveled edges, so I'm afraid it'll just slide off. Alrighty, we were getting coins. I'm pretty sure we're getting close to 100 coins as is. And I don't need to fight literally everything on Stardust Field. But again, I like overleveling. So, I think I've told this story before, but I am like really bad about overleveling in RPGs. I prefer overleveling in RPGs, like straight up. Like, the best example I can think of is Final Fantasy VII. On my first playthrough of Final Fantasy VII, I spent so much time over-preparing. I heard this boss is annoying, because he's got like a super move that can inflict a ton of status effects. So I basically went through the Gold Saucer, which has a combat arena that gives various rewards. One of the rewards is a ribbon. It's one of the only Final Fantasies where ribbons are like where ribbons can be collected like multiple times, it's not like a fixed number. The final boss is 7, to clarify. Basically, I got ribbons for every party member. I also got like maxed out potions, I want to say. Like, I over-prepared to an absurd degree. Like, it was ridiculous how much I over-prepared, basically. So, I got to the final boss. Why Luigi, sirs? Okay, we'll finish the story in a moment. This is an emotional reunion, sirs. It's been like 5 minutes. By your leave, there's something we completely forgot to mention to you earlier. Affirmative, you see, when you master a technique in the field, you can also use it in battle. Since you have mastered the high jump and spin jump, you can now use these techniques in battle. We must confirm technique mastery in combat simulation. That is a lot of bugs. Yeah, the TLDR is I had so many items and ribbons, and I think I got all the level 4 like limit breaks and everything. I got through the final boss, no problem. I think I got through like the first chorus of One Winged Angel, which is like 2 or 3 minutes in of like a 7-minute song, and I was already done with the fight. Same thing happened with Final Fantasy VI, where it's like everyone's like Dancing Mad is the best final boss theme. I can't remember anything about it because I barely heard it because I overprepared for the boss. Proceeding with Bro's attack tutorial. First, as you can see in Mario's command options, there's a new attack command called Bros Attacks. Bros Attacks are duo techniques in which Master Mario and Master Luigi attack together. When you choose this command, your list of Bros Attacks appear. Okay, let's see you attack Mario. Let's see you attack Mario. I'm having trouble getting the VTuber at an angle I like. Halt. As you can see, it's grown dark. Immediately after the light fades, you'll see a button input icon, but do not worry, things move in slow motion during button input. Halt. As you can see, not only do things move slowly, but the icons are clearly displayed. Press the button, please. By the way, if you hit the command exactly, something like this will appear. Actually, there are multiple Bros Attack action commands, so on to the next one. This time, check the timing and press the button on your own. Piece of cake. Bravo, well done. Another super job by the Super Bros. You have mastered it, sirs. That's how Bros Attacks work. Next, I will tell you about the modes in Bros Attacks. Modes are the difficulty levels of the Bros Attacks. The modes can be changed. It's difficulty options. Just press the R and L buttons. Here, to change the modes. Mode 2 is without slow motion, Mode 3 is without button icons. Once you master action commands, try different modes for a greater challenge. Succeeding in the most difficult mode will benefit you greatly. Master Mario, Master Luigi, good luck. Once you succeed enough times, you may be able to devise some new advanced commands. Advanced commands are methods that further evolve your actions. When you learn one of these, one of you will flash and you both will understand. Now just master the basics of action. Just master the basic action commands. Bros Attack training is complete. Almost. Lastly, I shall explain Bros Points. You must use Bros Points to execute Bros Attacks, so use your points wisely. Here ends the Bros Attack lesson. Really. Thus, we can officially confirm that these field techniques are indeed executable in battle. Proper planning and preparation will ensure your safety throughout your journey. We wish you luck. Move out. What are we even looking at right now? We are at 88, so we're almost there anyway. So yeah, well, this is like the loop point back, I'm pretty sure, so we're like almost where we need to be. So yeah, I'm a big advocate of play a game how you want. RPGs is role-playing game. You are playing this role. It is your prerogative how you want to play an RPG. And if you just want to like level grind and be really overpowered and just blast through everything, who cares? Like, why does it bother people so much? Because I see this all the time of like, oh, you're over-leveled. Like, what the hell? And it's like, why does it matter? Is all I'm saying. But again, that's just me liking to be overpowered because I like having an easy time in video games. I don't play video games to be constantly challenged, if I'm being real. I play video games to have fun. And oftentimes, if I'm fighting a boss in an RPG with a cutscene that takes 20 minutes, looking at you, Final Fantasy X, though that was also a case of, like, massively over-preparing. If you know, you know. I'm not gonna say which fight it is, but there's a fight in 10 that's notorious for, like, being a wall, and the problem with it is you can't skip the cutscene before it. That's the actual problem with this fight. The fight itself is annoying, because it basically puts on a status effect that means you can't heal your party. But on paper, it's not even that hard of a fight. Like, you're playing the game wrong. You should be playing upside down. The temptation to flip my screen right now, but I don't want to break something in the process. But yeah, that's not like legit how people act with streamers sometimes. Like, you know, as you know, satirical as it can feel, it's like, yeah, no, some people legit are like that. Like, oh, if you're using like this controller, if you're not using motion controls, if you're not using button controls, there's like so much gatekeeping about games. It's like, literally just play a game how you want. It's not rocket science. It's like my feeling. Options, if a game gives you options, the game is intending you to use those options. So like, why is it a problem if you use the options that the game is actively giving you? Again, this is the problem when I stream, is I often get on a soapbox about topics like this. Listen, I should definitely know about this boss fight vaguely gestures at branding. When they complain about being too easy, yeah, that's also, like, the thing, because some people legit do that, where it's like, oh, wow, this game's too easy. It's like, yeah, you're playing on easy mode. But it's like, if you're just doing it because you need the accessibility, it's like, yeah, no, I have no issue with that. Like, did I have an easy time with the final boss of Final Fantasy VII because I over-prepared? Absolutely. I also fully recognize that's on me because I over-prepared. I didn't have to deal with a single status effect. The only reason the final boss of 7 took so long is he has an attack that takes like 2 minutes for an FMV to play. But the final boss itself was super fast. Final Fantasy VI was the same way. Like, I had every character with like 999 damage, and also like 4 times attack. So like there's a thing in Final Fantasy VI where you can actually have a 4 times, like attack 4 times in one turn. I had that with 999 damage. 9999 damage. And so I just completely destroyed the final boss, no problem, piece of cake. I've seen people struggle on Final Fantasy VI's ending because of how brutally difficult it is if you're not ready. Yeah, let's see here, you now have 142 coins. Yeah, it took you long enough, but well done. I'll just be taking those coins now. Finally, let me out of here. Huh, you want out? You want me to help you? Who said I'd do that? God, you welcher. What does that even mean? Nyak nyak, you're not in the Mushroom Kingdom anymore. Outsiders be gone. A lot of this hits different now, I'm not gonna lie. Oh yeah, the other thing is the easier modes take more BP. So it's a risk versus reward of like... I think they also might do slightly more damage, but don't quote me on that. It's been a bit since I've used the other action commands. And yeah, player expression is a huge problem, you know, says the gal who plays a lot of fighting games. It's a huge issue of, like, removing player expression. And, like, you know, I like Guilty Gear. There are definitely issues with player expression, mostly starting with Strive. There is less player expression inherently by trying to simplify the game to be more accessible. I think there is still plenty of options that make it not, like... that still make it interesting, but it does feel less mechanically dense than something like Xrd, which almost feels like too mechanically dense in my opinion. I kind of struggle to wrap my head around that game. Not bad at all, but how about this? So now he's gonna throw 2 at us. Otherwise, this fight's pretty easy. It's the next boss fight that I'm actually kind of worried about. This one's not that bad. The one at the end of the next area, not the mini-boss, to clarify. As a kid, I actually got stuck on that mini-boss and actually needed the guidebook to get past some of the next area. Now we just kind of have to, like, whittle him down, unfortunately. I could use, like, a syrup or something, but we only had 1 hit anyway, so it's fine. I also don't know about EXP scaling. Like, if you skip all enemies in an area, how good of a level will you be at? I actually don't have an answer to that. I'm kind of trying to diversify what stats I'm leveling up, just because I don't want to, like, tank the numbers for all these. Typically, Luigi favors different stats than Mario. He typically has more health and I think defense. Or maybe it's, yeah, and then Mario typically has more power and speed. Oh, he's not doing too good. You, sir, have been griping far too loudly for some time. Just gonna yeet that. That's right, though. It was like, it's just so like... Mario, Green Stash, you gotta get Princess Peach's voice back. It's all up to you. And that's the last time we see Tallstar and the Stardust Bros, which is like kind of weird. They just kind of nope out of the story at this point. No, wait, that's not the last time we see Tallstar. We do see them again. Once more. Moai Kai. That's like one of the only Japanese phrases I still remember. Thanks, Hatsune Miku. Alright, gonna go over to this place or not. You fiends! We found you at last, you scum! What have you done with Prince Peasley? Yes, there is no mistake. You kidnapped Prince Peasley. We have witnesses. Now confess, villains! What's that? You say you're Mario and Luigi? Lies, bold-faced lies. The superstars of the Mushroom Kingdom would never come here. Ooh, ouch. Yeah, they're not lying. They say they've come here chasing someone called Cackletta, and they're really, really tough. Are they wearing salt shakers on their head? They're just very salty individuals. Oh dear, oh my, oh boy, Vanessa is so sorry. Sierra Kingdom's Prince Peasley was kidnapped by something. And so recent reports out of Huhu Village claim. We have been looking for any sign of the perpetrator. According to eyewitness accounts, the princess kidnappers wore an odd helmet and spoke of mustard and think rats. What about these match these descriptions? What the hell? That's all we have to go on. If you come across anything, please let us know. Reopen the investigation. Alright. I'm not gonna talk to everybody. I'm gonna make an executive decision. I'm not gonna talk to as many NPCs, because we will be here all day. And this playthrough will be like 10 hours longer. It's an RPG, there's a lot of dialogue. A lot of it's very good dialogue, but even then, I kind of feel like we need to get a move on at some point. So here's the funny part though, I don't remember how to do this. There's like a specific sequence you have to do to trigger an event, and I'm always like unable to remember which order you have to go in. This is Huhu Village on the flanks of Huhu Mountain. The mountain is a sacred place. Everyone should climb Huhu Mountain once, you can see the whole kingdom from the top. If you climb down this mountain, you'll reach the town surrounding Bean Bean Castle. The townsfolk are so much more stylish and fashionable than people in this town, I just adore them. Not this house. I saw this kingdom's prince, Prince Peasley, on the edge of the village. I'm sure of it. He was taken to the top of the mountain by some guy wearing a weird helmet. To reach Huhu Mountain's peak, you have to either get a ride from Blablanadon or hike up. Hiking the mountain is brutal, but if you can get a ride from Blablanadon, it's a snap. That's not an easy word to say. No matter how long you wait, Blablanadon won't come back. I feel it in my bones. He said he saw someone who looked like Prince Peasley, went to the summit, and never returned. With Blablanadon gone, we can't get to the top of the mountain. This isn't good. I think we have to go down here first. Huh? You want to climb down to where there's a town? Then just keep heading left down this path. Hey, remember how I said I wasn't gonna talk to everybody? Yeah, about that. If you head left, you can climb down to the mountain's base. Oh, hi. Give back Prince Peasley. Sucks to be that guy. Yeah, Gak. You again. You're the pair of think rats that swooped in with the Bowser that I hate. I say to you, while I was busy with Peasley, you have been catching me. I have Fieri, but Cackletta has already begun smearing the butter of her next tasty plan over Bean Bean Castle. Wow, So you cannot make it in time, I say to you that it is better late than never. Better never than late, so here's your halting place. I have fury. Since you will not be shattering the stone, I laugh at you trying to climb down this mountain. Like then, they're building the bridge up there. Have you met Sledge and Mallet, the hammer-making masters? Tired of living in the sticks, I want to live someplace cool where there's lots to do. This town theme is great. Again, Yoko Shimomura's music is very, memorable in my opinion. Long ago, on this very mountain, the Hooligans developed the great Hoo civilization. At the summit, there still remain many mysterious remnants of the once great people. Thank you, GB, for the hydration reminder. Does this song come back? I don't think it does. The pictographs on the wall here are ancient letters known as hieroglyphs. They represent the countless jokes developed by the ancient Hu civilization. So we've got this little cave. I don't think there's anything we can actually do here yet. We are said to be the descendants of the people who developed the Hu civilization. This land is largely populated by the Beanish peoples, but there are other races like ours. Maybe we can do this now. I don't remember. I feel like there's a rock in the way. Guess not. Okay. I do feel like there's stuff in this next area we can't actually do yet though, so that is still a fair observation to be like, I don't know if there's a point to go this way yet. Yeah, I want to say there's stuff at the end of this path. Ah, the waterfall's mist feels so good. My pores are partying. Good for you? I wish we could stand here together forever. Beware of overhydration. If overdrinking symptoms appear, stomp on the victim's head. Spitting excess water on objects in this area is strictly prohibited. Then why say to do that and then say, hey, don't do that? That's not cool. Aha! Hell if I remember what's past that though. And hell if I'll remember in 3 weeks when we have that power up to actually deal with that. Hey, real quick heads up, I actually don't know what the schedule is going to be like in June. I might do some special playthroughs in June for obvious reasons. So this playthrough might take a bit. But we'll see. This is the last stone. Now we show the true spirit of the Hammerhead Bros. The stone's our last shot. Imagine using your head to make a hammer. That's gotta hurt. Oof, Horf. The stone just ain't gonna do it. We can't make hammers no more. What? What do you two think you're staring at? Huh? What? You want us two to make you a hammer? Hey, I know these two dudes. They're Mario and Luigi from the Mushroom Kingdom. The Jumpin' Hammer Kings. Yeah, you're so right, Sledge. I remember these guys. Why are a couple of celebrities like you bumming around this place looking for a hammer? Oh hey, look, you don't have to tell us. We fully understand. Our lips are completely sealed. We'll just make what you need. We're professionals, after all. That's right, pros all the way. But the thing is, in order to make hammers, we need hoo-hoo blocks on the mountaintop. And since both Blandadon suddenly stopped coming down here, we can't get up to the summit. Hoo-hoo blocks are hard stones. Hammers made from those things can break anything. We want to climb the mountain to get more hoo-hoo blocks, but we can't jump well enough to do it. Huh? Oh yeah, what was I thinking? You guys are jumping pros, aren't you? So are you saying you could go to the top of the mountain and get us some hoo-hoo blocks? That would really hook us up. If you get us some hoo blocks, we'll make you a special hammer. You scratch our backs, bros, and we'll scratch yours. I like how I just gave up giving those a voice at a point. So this is like, the hard part is getting the bridge built. So just come to town, but Blandadon fails to return, the bridge suddenly breaks. I have a bad feeling about this. There could be something awful happening up on the mountain. The bridge is broken, so we're repairing it. Go talk to the villagers for a while and come back. You can't climb the mountain until the bridge is fixed. The bridge is broken, so we're repairing it. Okay. So I want to say if the Sledge and Mallet dialogue is done, all you have to do is leave and come back. There it goes. We're done fixing the bridge. If you're going to climb the mountain, be careful up there. So I can rest my voice for a little bit, as we don't have any dialogue for a little bit. It's just gonna be fighting for a while, actually. This is the reason you fell off playing the original? Yeah, that's fair. Some things aren't conveyed super well, but I feel like, again, I've played this game 50 million times to the point where I'm desensitized to a lot. That's the kind of interesting thing about going through childhood games like this, is like hearing like chat's opinions on these same games that often are less favorable than mine. Just because, again, everyone has different experiences with games, and I think that's kind of the joy of it. I'm not out here trying to convince everyone to like the same things I like. Like, that's never my mission statement with streaming like this. It's just to share the games I do enjoy. I've kind of thought about it, like... I don't know what to call it though. Fox Girl's Favorites just rolls off the tongue very nicely, in a way that I'm very proud of. It's kind of cheesy in a way, but I kind of like it. I don't know, maybe the alliteration's kind of silly, but I still like it. However, I'm trying to come up with something to call like a Second Chances series. Maybe it'd just be Second Chance. Basically, I want to do another series, like recurring, like umbrella series on my channel, where I stream games I didn't like, that other people really do like, and then try to, like, see if I can warm up to them, basically. So for example, Final Fantasy VII Remake is a game I really want to like, but there's a lot of padding in that game, and it just kind of made me not enjoy the game very much. But I've only played it the one time in 2020, so part of me wants to go back to it, because Rebirth is apparently hella good. So I would actually like to replay Remake at some point. I'm going to regret my life choices. That's a long game. Second swish. 2 shakes of a tail. But like, I'm just calling game clearing because I can't think of anything fun Fox related. I thought about like Fox Girl finishes, but I realized that could definitely be taken out of context. And maybe my mind is just in the gutter. I don't know which one it is. Maybe a little bit of both. Yeah, both? Yeah. Okay, no los dos. Shit, like, the funny part is, even with very diverse music in the series, I still feel like, yeah, no, this is a Yoko Shimomura song. There's a lot of songs where you transplant a Mario and Luigi song into, like, Kingdom Hearts. It's like, yeah, no, that'd fit. That'd feel right at home. So the head spin of the dry bones indicates which direction it'll attack in. And you just call yours game clear. I guess I just think of like Star, because she has like a special name for it. I think I put too much effort and thought into like marketability in my case. It's like I definitely am overachieving for the level of streamer I'm at currently, if I'm being totally honest with myself. Because like, the model and everything, it's like I had everything ready to go, like for ages. Like, I spent so much time, like, crafting this, and frankly, I don't even have a persona. Like, there's no lore to me. I'm just a cute fox girl on the internet, and I don't have, like, a story. Like, I've thought about coming up with lore. Kind of go into, like, Kumiho in Korean mythology. Again, I by definition would not be a kitsune, as a mention, because I am not Japanese. So I'd rather go for the more authentic to me, if that makes sense. Again, that's just a case of I'm probably putting too much thought into it, but I genuinely kind of would prefer to go for like a Korean slant for that. Do you need more lore? Yeah, that's fair. A lot of people don't have lore. I just kind of feel like it'd be fun to come up with more. But also, like, I feel like I'm overachieving. We got these little funnel thingies that will fling us across. Cute fox girl's a cute fox girl. That is very true. If I had $1 for every cute trans fox girl on the internet, I'd have many dollars, to be blunt though. It's not an uncommon aesthetic. Gee, I wonder why so many trans girls are drawn to the idea of kitsune. Shape-shifting in general. I meant to actually talk about that a little bit because there's actually been a recent uptick of like harassment in terms of like the VTubing scene, and I kind of was like almost contemplating talking about that a little bit, just to basically say, hey, if it wasn't obvious given that I am actively trans, hey, transphobia isn't welcome here. But also just, you know, bigotry in general isn't welcome here. I want to have my streams be a very safe environment, and I will definitely not put up with much. So, like, if I get, like, a bad vibe check from someone who's not, like, being overtly, like, racist or homophobic, but is, like, kind of dancing around the line, I'm not gonna put up with that. Because I feel like a lot of streamers do, which I understand why. But, you know, maybe it's because I'm also a small streamer with less to lose. I kind of feel like I can just be like, F that, and just, like, be a little bit more, like... a little bit more, like, I can crack down a little bit more than streamers who have to maintain, like, an image of, like, not making enemies for one thing. But again, it's like, I understand why some don't crack down as much as I would probably do in the same circumstance, but I do feel like it is a case of, like, letting small little things get through the cracks will eventually weaken the foundation of a community. So that's why I'm very much, like, stern on, like, yeah, no, like, anything that just remotely, like, sets off a warning bell is probably gonna get, like, a timeout. I also just have a very, like, I don't have a lot of patience, I'm gonna be real. I'm not a very, like, I'm a very stubborn person when it comes to my convictions, and I'm also just very, like, impatient when people are, like, BSing. So yeah, that's just kind of my overall feeling on that. Again, I want my streams to be a nice little safe environment for people to hang out. The other thing with my VTuber design is I almost want more snow aesthetic, but I kind of couldn't find any, like, snowflake pins. That was my first thought, is instead of the flowers, have, like, a snowflake pin. I couldn't find anything like that, and I do not have the artistic ability to make that on my own. And yeah, that's the other thing, is, you know, as a trans Asian gal, it's like... it's also my comfort that I have to consider as well, in addition to the comfort of others, so I definitely feel like I, again, will crack down very strictly on things, because there's also things that, in my perspective, I see that other people might not catch. So how about that game Clear Obscure Expedition 33 and all the wild-ass discourse that's come out about that game? So, like, there was basically an article last week. It was like a week after the game came out, so probably a week and a half or so by now, where it's like, basically just dunking on RPGs for, like, always having teenagers as the main characters, like, being, like, super anime and tropey, and how, like, Clair Obscure is, like, the first really good JRPG because it's not made in Japan, basically. And it's like, tell me you've only played Persona without saying you've only played Persona. It's just kind of my first thought off the bat. Because, like, there's a lot of RPGs that don't fall into that tropiness as much. Like, a lot of them do. I'm not gonna try to sugarcoat that, but a lot of them don't. So it's like, I definitely feel like it's stereotyping a genre. And just, in general, I feel like there's a lot of, like, weird sentiments about, like, games made in Japan, and also games made in Korea. So, yeah, I see this a lot, and it just kind of reminds me of, like, the X-Play days of, like, subtle racism from, like, G4, and how normalized it was, and how it's like, that never really went away. But, like, whenever people start, like, complaining about, like, the racism perpetuated by, like, G4 and X-Play, it always gets a lot of pushback of, like, oh yeah, it's actually not that bad anymore. It's like, yeah, no, it kind of still is. Just a little bit less subtle in some ways, but actually kind of ramping back up again in others. But again, this is kind of a serious topic, more so than I probably should be talking about on this stream. But hey, it's my stream. So, it is a topic that obviously matters to me a lot, because again, I see a lot of casual racism towards Asian people in gaming circles, which does not make me feel comfortable. So yeah, I kind of just feel like a lot of aspects of gaming are just heavily stereotyped in ways that are not super comfy. But again, even as someone who loves, like, Xenoblade 2, I'm not gonna pretend like this game doesn't have, like, super horny moments or anything like that. But also, the entire genre isn't like that, because you have other games. The irony is when games try to not go for that, it often doesn't go well still. I think of, like, Final Fantasy 16 that everyone got mad at for being too Game of Thrones. So it's kind of just a lose-lose at a point. It's like, Final Fantasy 16 is a game I kind of feel like would fit into that Capcom era of, like, 2010, where it's like a bunch of games that are, like, trying really hard to appeal to the West, and they kind of don't appeal to anybody, because they kind of don't appeal much to the West, just by the nature of, like, being JRPGs and being in an established JRPG franchise. So it just kind of loses everybody. It's kind of why I feel like a lot of Capcom games kind of struggle, is because they're trying to appeal to, like, an audience that kind of doesn't care in the first place that much. So they kind of just alienate everybody. Anyway, we have a boss fight. Travelers, I'm Horus, the ancient weapon of the Huhu civilization. Beyond this point, the path goes even crueler. You must prove yourselves up to the challenge. Dare you try this challenge? You must start now, and you must catch 10 Huhu spirits within 30 seconds. Do not fall off the ledges, or you will immediately fail. Hey, guess who was really bad at this as a kid, for some reason? Like, I don't know if it's just because I was, like, 7, or what, but, like, I don't feel like this is that hard, but I struggled a lot as a kid on this. I say as I'm actually kind of botching it this time. I'm being too cautious. Yeah, maybe I shouldn't have, like, smack-talked my child self as much, because I did not clear this. Take this challenge again? Okay, yeah, I don't need to be as, like, cautious as I was. Basically, I'm actually used to the remake, because the remake changes it, so you can actually walk around while, like, Mario's perched on top of Luigi, and that makes it very easy to accidentally, like, walk off ledges. Yeah, later Mario and Luigi games let you actually move around in, like, the high jump and spin jump stances, which has some benefits and some drawbacks. You have cleared the challenge, and falling off is one of the drawbacks. Now for your next challenge, you must defeat me. So I got walled on this boss as a kid. Again, I remember having to, like, ask for the guidebook. Let us begin. It's kind of funny in hindsight, because the fight's, like, stupid easy, in my opinion now, compared to, like, as a kid where I just thought it was, like, unbeatable. Like, was I really that bad at games as a kid? Like, apparently. To be fair, this laser is kind of weird to dodge because of the perspective. To give my kid self a little bit of, like, leeway on this. It's like, it's not super easy by any means. Also, as, you know, my first RPG, it's like, I guess I should cut my child self a little bit of slack that I didn't quite understand the mechanics. Yeah, you have to break the pillars. I think that's also why I didn't understand. And you basically just want to keep unbroken at all times, because then you can actually just immediately launch into attacking again. Mario deals more damage typically, so that's why we're focusing on the pillars with Luigi. The next boss is the one I'm actually kind of worried about, because it can go wrong pretty easily. Oh yeah, Super Saga DX changes it, so there's only 2 stages, I think, for Bro's attacks instead of 3. So it's kind of simplified a bit. It doesn't really change a whole lot, though, in my opinion. Actually, I should do Stash. Stash doesn't really upgrade on its own. God damn it. I was really hoping for a 3. You're past this test 2. Now you must face the test of reaching the summit. Can do, Mr. Statue Guy. Yeah, and all the stats rebalance too. Yeah, it doesn't really change a whole lot, I guess, but it's just a case of like... I like being overpowered. Because Luigi can evade. Oh yeah, that's also true. Okay, yeah, I misunderstood. You're talking about the Bro's attack change. Yeah, it doesn't really change a whole lot. The balancing does feel weird to me in Superstar Saga DX. Like, enemies feel like they take longer to defeat in that version. But again, I'm just used to the attack timings of this version. So again, I kind of admit that it's a bit of a skill issue for me, because I just never quite got to grips with the attack timings. Same with Thousand Year Door Remake. If I play that again, I'll be screwing up so many action commands, I guarantee it. Also, later games changed it so Luigi typically has also higher stash points than Mario. So this is actually kind of interesting that they changed that later on. So yeah, overall, I do think Superstar Saga DX is a very good remake, where you can make very compelling arguments for both being, like, one being better than the other. Bowser's Inside Story is like pretty objectively like the original is probably better. However, I will say, I kind of feel like it's overhated at the same time. Like, people act like it's, you know, complete garbage, and it's like, I'd have to play it for myself in all fairness, but it's like, I feel like the core foundation of the game would be so good that it's really hard for me to picture the game being like absolutely terrible, if that makes sense. Again, maybe that's also me just being more overly optimistic than it should be, as someone who hasn't played it yet. But, again, for me personally, it just feels like it's hard to picture the 3DS version being, like, completely garbage, I guess. It's just kind of unnecessary. Yeah. I mean, now I guess there's merit, potentially, if you argue with current game prices, because DS is way more expensive than 3DS, though also Bowser being, like, the most, like, the least, you know, successful Mario game in ages does mean that Bowser's Inside Story DX is actually pretty rare from what I gather. I bought a copy as soon as Alpha Dream was announced to be shutting down, because I figured, oh, this game is going to be rare in the future. And if I do ever want to play it, I will not be able to find a copy. We're actually almost to the top, I think. Again, I'm kind of dilly-dallying. Words out if I'm shilly-shallying. That's a joke for like 3 people, probably. Yeah, I screwed up. I should have bonked this one. Yeah, Rexes is just here for some reason. I like him. This was my introduction again. As a reminder, I had a choice between, I think, this game and World 2. I saw both at Best Buy, and I just was like, I was the type of kid who would just buy a game if Mario was on it, like, not even joking. And that goes for like Sonic too. Like, if it's a franchise I know, I would just buy the game, like, no hesitation. Everything else would take a lot more decision making, but like, seeing both this and Super Mario World, or Super Mario Advance 2 to be precise, I was torn, and I ended up settling on this one. The fun thing is, I wouldn't play World until a few years later, 2000... I'm trying to remember if it was like pre-move or post-move, because then it was a new copy in like a Walmart or something. But I actually don't remember when I would have gotten it. I think it would have been about 2006, I think. And both come with Mario Bros. Arcades, so that's something. And it's weird how that is the case for like all the GP Marios of this era. For like this like span of time, most of them did come with Mario Bros. I miss that era actually, where they just give you like something like that. This is like, oops. This is kind of awkward to be honest. Like you have to like go back and forth inside this whirlpool, like this. I don't know if there's a better way to do it, to be fair. But oh shit, there's stuff over here. We have to do that again. It's fine. Alright, fight these two. Again, I like fighting everything in an RPG. I don't like running from battles, because I like number go up. I like seeing all the big numbers, so I like getting really overleveled. Again, Mario and Luigi is also good compared to other RPGs, because even with Paper Mario, where you have guard, and in Thousand Year Door you have super guard, but not in the original. So, or by original in this case I mean 64. But because of that, I legit feel like this game is more accessible as a starter RPG, because Thousand Year Door still has issues of inventory management, because you can easily run out of items if you're not careful. Especially early game can be kind of rough. I always love this. You have a little like telescope that gives you a little preview of all of the areas you'll go to in the future. Not all areas. I'm actually noticing a few are missing. Never mind, most of them are actually here. Okay. Nice little preview of things to come. We're actually gonna get pretty far in the game today. It's not a very long RPG. This will probably be like maybe 3 streams, possibly 4 at most. But even that might just be a short like tag on to the end kind of thing. Fools! What are you kicking that for? That's a really rare stone. It's called a hoo-hoo block. And I'll tell you, anyone who tries to kick a hoo-hoo block down the mountain is a thief in my book. This is random ass pterodactyl here. My name? Oh right, I'm called Blandon. Was that? The townsfolk were all worried about me. Well, really? But I didn't mean to make them worry. See, what happened is this. I saw Prince Peasley and followed him up here. And then I saw this huge egg had appeared. I was shocked. I was speechless, which is rare. So anyway... cause he blabs. That's why he's blinded on. So anyway, I've just been here, keeping this poor egg warm ever since. Yep, that's the deal. I think something will hatch out of it pretty soon. That's what happens with eggs. Oh, it's here. It's this time. It's time. Oh wow, it's about to hatch. I can't take the suspense. And there goes the hoo-hoo block. Conveniently, this waterfall goes straight to the house of the guys we needed to give it to. Heck, well that's a shock. Talk about one crazy egg. And rip Baplanodon. This fight sucks, actually. I find the perspective of this one really difficult, especially on 3DS. I find this one, like, actually pretty challenging. Just because the angle of, like, how to jump is kind of wonky. I like how I can still see the university in the top left corner. I think that's the university, at least. If you deal enough damage, he'll get flat. Like that. He'll eventually spin out a stone to like stand on to get a better vantage point to attack. And yeah, that can also be the castle. Okay. He's not doing the stone move yet, so we'll block as much damage as we can. There it is. So now his attacks are going to be a little bit more annoying. You can break the Ho-Ho Stone, I don't care. Because we are very much making getting getting momentum on this fight anyway, to the point where I don't really need to worry about that much. I say it's Luigi's at 9 health. Maybe I should worry about that. Never mind. Also, Luigi's Bros attack advanced version takes significantly less to actually unlock than Mario's, even though we used it way fewer times. Again, I have a slight intuition after playing this game for as long as I have, that like a lot of times I can just look at... I can kind of scope out how much health an enemy has just because of like general knowledge of the game, where it's like, yeah, we're probably getting close to the end of this fight, so it's like, yeah, no point in breaking the stone or even healing, because I felt pretty confident that we'd be okay. And now we've rescued Luigi's boyfriend. Cheers to your mustaches. This incredibly dazzling man is none other than Prince Peasley. What happened to you? That comment will make more sense later. Well, I suppose you could call it a bit of an accident. As I was investigating events throughout the country for this top-secret mission I'm on, I suddenly encountered Cackletta and her vile underling, Waffle, here on this mountain. But by the time I realized who the fiends were, it was too late. They transformed me into that and shut me inside the egg. Just casually blinding everybody. Is that so? Princess Peach's voice has been stolen. I wouldn't worry about Princess Peach. I'm quite sure she'll be fine. At any rate, we should chase after Cackletta. I want you to visit Queen Bean in Bean Bean Castle once you climb down the mountain. It may be that Cackletta's next target is in Bean Bean Castle. I'd bet my life on it. I mean, Papa literally said that, so... Oh, he has a gift from me, autographed of course. See how he gives it to Luigi? Yes, I think a rose matches your green perfectly. If you show that rose at Bean Bean Castle, they'll permit you to enter. And with that, I must get back to my mission. May we meet again. Again, that'll make more sense later on, but even already I feel like the signs are being set in place for that. Anyway, that boss went really smoothly. I'm very happy with that, because I often kind of get nervous, even though I haven't died there for a while. Boy, did you two arrive at exactly the right time. Just now a hoo-hoo block fell down in the waterfall. Check it out, we'll use it to make you the ultimate hammer. They look so happy. I mean, the blocks look so happy. That looks like one hammer. Man, it feels so great to be making hammers again after such a long break. And in fact, it feels so darn great that we went ahead and made you guys 2 hammers. Look at that craftsmanship. Pow! Now you're playing with power. Subscribe to Nintendo Power today. Pops up on the screen, out of nowhere. Yeah, you got that right. These bad boys are now all yours. Alrighty, so, that's how we got hammers in this. You can now use solo hammer action. Guess we gotta teach you guys how to properly use hammers, huh? First, press the R button to select your hammer. God, they hang on these for so long. And press the A button to whack stuff, that's it. But right now, only the guy in front can use a hammer. So the action the guy in the front does with the A button is called a solo action. The action the guy in the back does with the B button is called a bros action. This is the most basic of all the basics. Remember to try whacking all kinds of stuff with those hammers. One manly whack breaks the hardest rocks. You know, you ought to break that hammer in by smashing that rock in the next room. I'm pretty sure the remake gets rid of the ability to do this, and it's like... That's one of the big losses of the remake, is the way that Bros attacks, or Bros actions work in Dream Team onwards, I think is reflected in that. Again, it's fascinating how engines work for games like this, in my opinion. Where, like, there are certain limitations in play just because of, like, the engine of Dream Team working slightly different. The same goes for, like, Sonic, is the obvious example with, like, Sonic Shadow Generations playing slightly different than actual Sonic Generations because it's literally like a different gameplay engine. It's basically the gameplay engine that like Frontiers is running off of. So like, it doesn't quite have the exact same game feel, like the homing attack stop and everything is way worse. Just the overall speed and acceleration is different. So yeah, it's always interesting, like Thousand Year Door is also a great example where some things just work differently because it's still being done in the Origami King engine, I'm pretty sure. I don't know if it's the same as Color Splash though. Realizing how much I'm digging a hole for myself by committing to playing 50 million Mario RPGs for Fox Girls favorites. Yeah, probably modified, but either way, again, the chances of doing like 3 Paper Marios is very high. I'm not gonna do Mario and Luigi Partners in Time, that's not a favorite game of mine, that's actually a disappointing game in my opinion. Well there, pards. It's been a Goomba's age since we had any strangers in these parts. Now listen, fellas, if you want to ride in them rusty old mine carts, I won't go stopping you, but I'd advise watching out for trouble. Yep, no one knows where them rails lead. Still, I'll tell you something. You might be able to find jewels by jumping a bit in there. And while you're hopping for loot, watch out. If you spot danger, just shine your light at it. Oh mercy, there we go again. I'm always boring folks to tears with stuff like this. So tell me boys, care to ride in the carts? I don't need no tutorial, I am confident. Oh yeah, one fun thing with NSO, a lot of Game Boy Advance games are actually color corrected, which is like the first time for most of these. So for example, the original Game Boy, because it was not backlit, games were typically presented kind of washed out. But on NSO, a lot of them are color corrected to be a little bit, like, easier on the eyes. Mario World 2 is beyond hope, I think. There's not much you can really do to salvage how bad that game looks, but it's interesting, actually. Like, even stuff like an Analog Pocket doesn't really have that by default. So it's very interesting. Now, this is awkward. We won't be able to get through the minecart by the time the ad starts, so apologies. Actually, we might barely make it in time. We're coming up on the end of this. Either way, we're not like missing a ton. But yeah, you can do this for the beans also, but I don't like this as much. Like, I don't care about this minigame as much, so we're not gonna like obsessively try to get beans. Yeah, this is the end. So yeah. Might miss a little bit of this, but it's fine. But then I'll also step up and, you know, stretch a bit. Why howdy again? Well fellas, this spot marks the last stop on the long, strange railroad ride of my life. But I reckon your adventure here has just begun. Get to it, boys. And I'm gonna save really quickly, just to be on the safe side, and then I will get up, stretch, and then we'll resume. Hopefully get to the castle. Hi, we are back from the ad break. Hello, welcome back. Hi, if you're enjoying the stream, thank you. I'm having a good time, but again, playing childhood favorites is always a good time. Yeah, if you enjoy the stream, you can always follow to be notified of when I go live in the future, and also I have like all sorts of other channels, like a YouTube channel and a VOD channel, linked below, and I'm pretty sure there's a command, but I can never remember what the command is. I'm clearly great at this. That is the wrong screen, oops. There we go. Trying to get in position here. Is that a good angle? That's a decent angle, I think. Okay, on our way to the castle, I guess. I don't think I'll fight as many enemies on the way there, just to speed things up a little bit. Wait up! We forgot to mention one thing. We never taught you how to use your hammers in battle. Ready to learn? Then we'll explain it in battle. There's no way out of this fight, unfortunately. So to whack with a hammer, Mario uses the A button, and Luigi uses the B button. Talking don't do it justice though, let me explain by example. First, let's do some solo attacks using hammers. It feels like we haven't fought anything in a while. Wait a sec. Press the A button right here. Ooh man, that's smart, but I'm a hammerhead pro, so I'll be fine, no big deal. Press the button when the hammer shakes. When it shakes, you got it? And the old green guy there should press the B button when his hammer shakes. He knows our name! So next we gotta learn how to defend with a hammer. Now, press and hold B. When you release the button now... Ouch, that'll leave a mark. So anyway, you get the idea. Wanna try again? No. Okay, so to review, for hammer attacks, choose your hammer and wait till it shakes. Then press the button. Bonk, perfect hammer attack. On defense, hold it behind you and release it before it shakes. Bonk, perfect hammer defense. Good luck and practice up. Did you get all that? You better have. You better look alive with those things. There are a lot of monsters that your jump won't do diddly to. You gotta learn some new tricks if you wanna get by them. I'm sure you guys will be able to take care of business. If you can't, you're gonna have to give us those hammers back. Hey, we're going back so we can ride the cart again. Yeah, cart rides are thrilling and filled with suspenders. You nitwit is filled with suspense. Suspense! Oops, well, excuse me, princess. There's a little path up here. It doesn't really go anywhere. I actually think this connects to something else. This actually connects to something Luigi does much later on, I think. The actual terrain is confusing now that I think about it. Or I might be completely misremembering, but I could've sworn this connects to like the one area Luigi has to do solo at some point. This is basically a shortcut back to the village if you want to go back there, but we don't. Again, I might skip a lot of the field enemies and stick to encounters in battle, like specific areas. Like dungeons, basically, versus field encounters, for the sake of time. Otherwise, we'll be fighting all day, but just to show it off. On some easy targets, the hammer will just stun enemies, it doesn't actually deal damage going into a battle. Yeah, the timing is different in later games. They make it so there's a wind-up, and you press it as they pull the hammer back to its farthest point. I find that a little bit more intuitive in some ways, but also harder to execute, so it's a weird double-edged sword of... It's better, but also kind of annoying at the same time. Like, it's weird for something to be like, yeah, I like this better, but also I think it's kind of annoying. Like it's frustrating, that timing. I love this song. This is one of my favorite field themes in like any RPG, probably. I'm testing something for science. Mario still does slightly more damage. That was what I was testing. Because I thought Mario's only did 7 before. But again, we'll skip those enemies. They don't really give experience anyway. Like, very little experience, so... Kinda just behooves us to move on. In all fairness, we also have these little worm guys that I'll fight most enemies one time, I think. If it's like a field encounter, we'll fight it one time and then move on. I think that's the best way to go about this. Actually, no, 16 experience isn't bad. Like... 16, that's like a 10th of way to a level. Like, that's really not terrible. But again, just for the sake of time, I'm not overly concerned about leveling. Therefore, we will probably just gonna move on after this fight. I actually don't know if it scales, like if it scales down the more you fight, because Paper Mario does that, where if you fight a lot, you get less experience every time you level up. Don't know if that's the case for this game. And the town is wrecked. The town was attacked, the horror. Cackletta and the odd, ugly helmet-wearing one, they lay waste to the town. It was so sudden, there wasn't anything we could do. We have to rebuild the town as soon as possible. Calculetta went towards the castle after attacking the town. Queen Bean may be in danger. Apparently this is the only store that's going to stay open with the town in such a bad state. So yeah, 2 shopkeepers are here. This is ordinarily a hip and cool fashion house, you know, but for the time being, I'm leasing the place out to her. With the town in this state, we have to help each other best we can. Welcome to my temporary item shop. Sorry about the mess. With the town in this state, I'm only staying open as long as customers keep coming. So what do you want to do? Yeah, we don't need this. I am confident. Will this backfire? Potentially. Come back anytime. They attacked while the Bean troops were in Huhu village searching for Prince Peasley. Oh, that one's not even saying anything, ooh. It said that the Beanstar is hidden up in the Bean Castle. What if, my gosh, what if Calculetta hopes to get her hands on the Beanstar? No, no! Oh wait, you can't go there yet, okay. Only way forward is up here. Halt, you there, halt. You can't just waltz on in here. The town has just been attacked, which means the castle could be attacked at any moment. Lady Lima has instructed us not to allow anyone to enter the castle, anyone whatsoever. Having said that, if you still wish to enter, you must explain your names and your motives. What? You are the world-famous Mario? What? And you are the legendary Luigi? Luigi who? Shh, I have no idea. If you really are the superstar Mario from the Mushroom Kingdom, then prove it! That jump! No mistaking it! This guy is really Mario? Shh, I can't be certain. Anyway, what business would the famous Mario and other guy have in this castle? Huh? Oh, I see, gotcha. What do they want? No clue. Enough. Regardless of all that nonsense, you may not enter. Now be gone. Prince Peasley's Rose. Are you friends of the prince? Listen, I think maybe we ought to let these guys inside. Okay, taking into account that Rose and your wacky story, we can allow you to enter. That's one wacky story, whew. This game is very charming. Authorized personnel only. Okay. That's a fancy door. Is there anything over here? Nope, okay, that only goes to the right, gotcha. So once we get to the end of this hallway... Master Mario and Master Luigi! I am Lady Lima, highest of the ladies at court. The gatekeepers told me of you. Are you indeed the Mario and Luigi of fame? The superstars? Yes, I can't deny that such jumping is the hallmark of the Mario and Luigi of legend. Pardon me? What are you trying to tell me? Oh, do speak up. Oh, such ruckus! Speak in softer voices! Now hear me, as you saw, the town is in ruins and the castle is under strict guard. At a time like this, I cannot allow a suspicious pair such as you to meet the Queen. As the Queen's longest-serving lady at the court, I must act in the interest of her royal safety. Gonna just yeet those two. Owie. Hear my words. If you two are indeed the true Mario Bros, you must prove it by repairing the castle's plumbing. If you are able to completely fix it, then you may meet Queen Bean. Now then, show me the work ethic of the superstar Mario Bros. So again, by my own definition of fighting enemies more so in dungeons, quote-unquote, than the overworld, I guess we're gonna fight a few things here at least. I was trying to see if the screen was cropped properly. I think it is. But I was like, I almost wonder if like a row might be cropped off on the side. It's not a big deal if it is. It's like one row. The chances of that actually cutting off anything important are very slim. But I'm pretty sure it's sized like almost exactly to the width. I probably put too much, you know, thought into that, in all fairness. So the others are like spinies, so like with an EA, I think, to be like a P. These are like actual spinies for some reason. These are actually Mario Bros enemies, so actually having Mario Bros does make sense as a bit of a neat nod. In general, though, I actually really like this section. I like a lot of the dungeons in this game. They're very short for the most part. For RPG standards, like some of them are kind of long. Cough cough, jokes end. Yeah, fly. That's hard to say, actually. No, whatchamacallits. No shell creepers, so... Though, to be fair, there aren't actually shell creepers in this game, because they were swapped out for, like, the crab enemies. Again, the shell creeper's actually on the title screen for Mario Bros. In all the advanced games. Even though it's not actually in the game proper, it's really weird. Alright, clear out area number 1. So area number 2 is next. I need to upgrade speed, I think. I'm kind of feeling like I'm getting outpaced by enemies a lot, which I don't really like. Alright, almost to the nice number, but I think we'll end up speeding right past it, unfortunately. One thing I really like about Mario and Luigi and Paper Mario 2 is the snappiness of most attacks. So for example, I feel like a problem with other games that have combat systems that use action commands, I've heard this a lot about Clair Obscure actually, that the action command windups are so long to be designed to be parryable, that it makes battles take way longer than they should sometimes. This is a problem I have with Origami King actually, where the battles just take too long. So like, you know, turn-based battle and lack of EXP aside, you know, not even going into that side of the argument, the problem with, like, Origami King in a lot of cases is just the pacing of battles is really slow. And this is coming from someone who actually really likes Origami King. I still get the mentality of not fighting more than you have to in that game, because battles do take a while in that one. But like in Paper Mario and Mario and Luigi, the early ones at least, I actually have a hot take. Everyone loves Bowser's Inside Story. That's like one of the most acclaimed Mario RPGs. In some ways, I actually think it gets less criticism than Thousand Year Door. Like, it doesn't get as much acclaim, but also doesn't get as much like criticism either. My grievance with Bowser's Inside Story is I think regular battles take too long. Like, for some reason, it feels like everything has so much health in that game, to the point where battles take a while. It's really not a major critique, in all fairness. It's a pretty small complaint in the grand scheme of things. But it is something I feel a lot. Like, I feel like Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga does have better enemy, like, health scaling, so, like, regular battles feel satisfying in that they're not just over instantly on the first run. But I feel like regular encounters in Bowser's Inside Story just drag on a little bit too long. Again, not a deal breaker in the slightest. Bowser's Inside Story is still a phenomenal game, but it's actually less replayable, in my opinion, than this, or even the original Paper Mario. See, like, that's a tough call for me. I've been debating how to do Paper Mario 64, because on one hand, it is one of my favorites. On the other hand, I played it extraordinarily out of order. So in the timeline of myself, it would actually be closer to 2009 when I actually played Paper Mario 1 for the first time. So it'd be after Super, and it'd be after Thousand Year Door. So I'm kind of debating if I actually want to do that or not. Or if I'm also just... or if I also should just cut my losses and not play every Mario RPG on stream. Again, I've said this before, if I had a way to do so, and frankly, there are ways that I might look into, I would not say no to streaming Sticker Star. I know that may be a surprise in some ways, but like, I would be willing to give that game a second chance. I had an okay time with it on my first playthrough. I am not as critical as a lot of fans are, to the point where I would legitimately like to go back to it and see how my opinion holds up. You know, Color Splash and Origami King, it's like, you don't really have to twist my arm on those two. It's more so just Sticker Star that's like a little bit more of an ordeal, just because setup on 3DS is gonna be a lot more work. Again, I feel like I'm a bit sacrilegious sometimes for always using control stick for games. Again, I grew up with the Game Boy player, so I'm just used to using control stick for GBA games. Again, a lot of people find control stick really unreliable because you're missing like the snappy, direct east to west inputs, or like what am I trying to say? You don't have precise diagonals, basically. But like, I kind of don't care. In most cases, there are some games where it doesn't matter, but a lot of times it's like, I find analog just as fine, but again, I fully admit that is just what I grew up with. The GameCube and its ridiculously tiny, uncomfortable D-pad. How I do not miss you. It's like, I'm a GameCube fan, I'm not gonna defend that. That is ridiculously tiny. I don't understand what they were thinking with that. Alright, I was always a little confused by this section, like the order you have to go in to actually get that to work. I think I just overthink it though. I also don't know what the hell I'm doing with my voice today. Like, I feel like my voice is just kind of shot, to be honest. I've thought about trying to go up to 3 streams a week. I would love to do Monday, Tuesday, Thursday. I don't think my voice can handle it at this point. That's what voice training is for, which is that thing I keep putting off because I make good life choices. I feel like my voice is very neutral. Like, the way I talk is kind of neutral at this point, and it's partly just because I've been like I've been kind of in the closet for a long ass time, to the point where I just kind of naturally started pitching up my voice a little bit anyway from where it was. Like in old recordings of myself, like from, you know, a decade ago, my voice sounds very different than it does already, and that's without a lot of voice training. Just trying to like pitch up partly to be more enthusiastic and sound a little bit cheerier. Again, we're getting outsped by a lot, so I'm gonna try speed. God damn it. This game bothers me sometimes, because it's like, oh, and then it's a 1. Okay. Neat. Thanks, game. My voice sounds lovely? Oh, thank you. I do my best. The other issue is, I notice a lot of like little like clicks in my voice, and that's partly because I have really bad allergies. And like some level of congestion at all times, so I do have little voice clicks. It's not like my microphone or anything, it's my voice. And like sometimes I end up kind of mumbling certain syllables a little bit just because of like allergies and congestion. Makes it a little bit harder to make certain sounds without like over enunciating. Part of the reason I got into video games as much as I did is because of perpetually having breathing problems. I couldn't like go outside and play sports like the other kids at my age. I tried. That's a story for the 1,000-Year Door Fox Girls favorite, so stay tuned for that if you want to hear that. Cause that's a whole ordeal. Damn, we got through that really fast. I was thinking that would take closer to the full hour. Got plenty of time for the boss. Oh, thank the stars! You've saved me, you heroic souls. Could you be the Mario Bros from the Mushroom Kingdom? What are the Mario Bros doing in a place like this? What? You claim that I dropped the pair of you down here, and that I told you to fix the plumbing? Most perplexing. Why, we were attacked by Kakleta and her fiends, and I've been stuck here ever since. Perhaps the Lady Lima you encountered was... Foolish Mario Bros, you have completely and pathetically fallen into my trap. Repairing the plumbing is the key to disabling the Beanstar security system. Kakleta, it is hurrying time. We must take that Beanstar and fastly run away from this place. At long last, I have in my possession both the Beanstar and Peach's voice. That thing can grant all desires, the Beanstar. We have always remained at this castle acting as guardians, protecting that Beanstar and keeping it out of evil hands. There's no doubt about it, Kakleta must be after the Beanstar. Oh no! Oh, heroic Mario Bros, quickly now, you must go to the Beanstar, go! You must not let the Beanstar fall into the hands of evil. Quickly, do not dawdle. Yeah, I was gonna ask that too, like, why would you tie it to the plumbing? Is Queen Bean safe? Nope. I'm so frightened at the thought of Kakleta being in here that I refuse to leave. Can't make me. God, that's a mood. Yeah, if the Mario Bros didn't arrive, well, I guess that's the thing, it's like, if the Mario Bros hadn't arrived, the Beanstar would actually be safer, ironically. Had so many mushrooms, I'm like, yeah, we'll top off Mario, and then move on. This boss can kind of give me trouble, so we'll see how this goes. This boss actually was a wall for me on the 3DS version, because the timing felt so weird. My average level by the end of the game is usually like 30-something, so we're kind of on pace for that, I think. Again, I'm probably not going to fight a lot of field enemies, so we'll see if that backfires eventually. We might be in the high 20s by the end. Ah, we're too late! The Beanstar! Lady Lima would also still be stuck down there. The Beanstar and Princess Peach's voice are already mine. Once you awaken the Beanstar with Princess Peach's voice, this world will be Kakleta's snack cake. Say, Mario boys, you haven't bothered to pay a visit to your host, Queen Bean. Thought you had better manners. Wouldn't you agree, Queen Bean? Perhaps the three of you can sit down over tea to discuss the finer points of foreign policy. This is a fun boss, but also, again, very annoying. Yes, in my opinion. AO? I'm questioning the AO in chat, but I think I actually have the answer to that question already. So, the goal is to attack the arms. However, she gradually moves closer to you as you attack. So what you want to do is occasionally hammer Queen Bean herself to drive her back a little bit. Otherwise, she'll swap to an arm swing attack that's actually really annoying to dodge, in my opinion. Yeah, I was gonna say, it's gonna deflate now. So the shockwave should be faster now? Yeah. So the property does change after one arm is taken out. I can't remember if it also favors one side more. Yeah, that attack I don't know how to deal with in either version, to be honest, so I just try not to let it get to that point. Like, that's actually my strategy, is just don't worry about it. I mean, we can get more experience if we actually stomp on the beans and turn them into actual enemies. We might actually go to the chateau today. We're making very good time in this game. Alright. Good damage. Again, I don't have damage numbers memorized for this. I do for Thousand Year Door practically. Like, if you name an enemy in Thousand Year Door, I can probably tell you its stats. Like, unless it's like a pet 100 trials enemy, I can probably tell you the stats to like specific enemies pretty easily. Like, a Koopa has 1 HP, or 4 HP and 1 defense. And 2 attack. And then you also have like the rough puff and all those. That might trip me up because like which one's a rough puff, which one's tough puff. It's like that would be confusing. But like in general, I think Thousand Year Door is the game I know the best in some ways of like just random stat knowledge. Like I can't tell you how much health an enemy in Xenoblade has. That is too esoteric for me. Typically this takes me 2 attack cycles of the queen herself, with the arms. Like, she's probably going to get the crown back at the end of this turn, which means we'll have to, like, take out the arms again. Yep. She also takes out all the beans for us, at least. I actually think I'll be better to do this, just focus on one arm. Actually, it might be better to just use Bros moves at this point to take out the remaining arms. Nothing else really like the boss theme. It's a good boss theme. Again, Yoko Shimomura doesn't miss. Like, if you ask me to name a bad song by her, it's gonna be a short list. There's a couple songs in the Mario & Luigi series that I think are kind of a whiff. But for the most part, I think her music is really solid. Like, I'm hard-pressed to actually think of one I don't like. But yeah, I've heard the music in Brothership is still good, it's just, you know, I have a bias. Damn, only one more. Again, it's kind of a shame, but it's fine. If we had leveled up enough, I don't think... If we had gotten another level off the field enemies, I don't think it would have actually made a difference. Just based on how much, like, attack we would have gained from that. Yeah, she did Street Fighter 2 soundtrack. She did Guile's theme that everyone always says goes with everything. Oh no, Cacletta forced Queen Bean to eat a belly black worm. That's what turned her into this. Our fair kingdom is doomed. Doomed. How will we ever return Queen Bean to normal? What's that you say? The Mario Bros will do something about it? What can you possibly mean? You speak of the impossible. Yeah. Why, there's no known way to spit out an ingested belly black. Well, except there is that one way, that last resort. It sure isn't pretty, though. She may be able to spit it up if she drank the legendary Chocola Reserve from Chucklehuck Woods. Thank you for the hydration check. You'll go to Chucklehuck Woods. You'll find the Chocola Reserve. Well, if you're going to make such bold proclamations, I suppose I have no choice but to rely on you. Poke poke. Take the Bean brooch and head southwest from the castle towards Chateau de Chucklehuck. If you find the Chocola Reserve hidden deep in Chucklehuck Woods, our queen may yet recover. Alright, got the brooch. Yeah, we're good here. Nothing else we can do here for now. There's that room off to the side. We can't do anything there yet. We will get stopped to get a badge tutorial very soon, like right now. Again, can you tell I've played this game a lot? Lady Lima has asked that you also take this along with you. You got a bean badge. That thing is a badge. If you equip it, you'll be a little stronger in battle. Different badges have different effects, so... For now, if you get a badge, make sure you equip it. To equip it, press select to open your suitcase. I'm now tiny. To equip badges, select this icon. You can see the gear and the badge you're equipped with. Okay Mario, time to equip the badge I just gave you. Select this icon. This is where all the badges you have are shown. Normally you'd pick a badge. It's simple this time since you only have one right now. Press A and you'll equip the badge. We will immediately give it to Luigi because Mario can get something better soon. Now you're all set. Good luck and be careful. Why is Luigi just poking him in the face? Oh, sorry Luigi, but if you want your own badge, you'll have to go buy one at the store. This is so funny to me, he's like just shoving Luigi away, like what the hell? This is like so out of pocket sometimes, this whole series. By the way, the badge part is actually open here now. The only ones who still worry about fashion despite the town's crisis are real celebrities. I have to set prices that won't discredit this place as a high-class boutique. So, what do you want to do? I kinda just like to get the bean... Yeah, no, these are way better for Luigi specifically, but the bean pants from Mario account, not great. I mean, the defense is nice, we'll go with that. Stash points determine luck stat, and also, what am I trying to say? Luck stat and also, shop discount. So we have a 15% discount right now. Yeah, we're actually getting rid of the badge entirely that the attendant gave us. Going shopping in the midst of a crisis like this, you are so wonderful. I won't charge you to look, not that there's much to see. We just bought a bunch of stuff, we spent like 200 coins. Anyway, on our merry way, we once again have to go to this part of the area, hop over here. We now have flying bean enemies that actually have more health. They're also just kind of a pain to deal with. But like a lot of flying enemies in the series, you can de-wing them, no problem. And then they're just the standard enemy, though again, I think they still have larger health pools than typical. Again, we have like 48 mushrooms, I'm gonna be using them pretty frivolously going forward. Like, we don't need to be particularly careful about our inventory management, I don't think. Damn it, I didn't mean to run into this one. But again, I feel like for this game in particular, battles are so short that like, I'm gonna just fight this, like, it's not really worth it to like, leave. Not that it's worth the experience, again, they give us like 4 at this point, so maybe it does scale down. Again, hadn't really noticed. There's also another flying being over here, we'll just skip past you and head to the chateau. Travel here is permitted only for select individuals in order to guard the Chocohawk Woods ecology. Oh, the Bean brooch, the mark of special guests of Bean Castle. Very well then, we shall permit you to enter these woods. Having a gate that just sinks into the ground is very extra. We hope you'll enjoy a taste of the incredibly full-flavored Chocola while you're here. Nice. And we're in. Damn. Okay. We'll make the best of this situation. Okay, that's a very good time for a lucky hit. In general, I find jump counters a lot easier than hammer counters, so don't be surprised if I botch a lot of hammer counters. Going forward. Okay, dodge all. And we're already at the chateau. There's like a secret in the chateau, I can never remember how to get there though. I learned about it more in DX, because they actually track like blocks found in that version, so there's actually more of an incentive to find like hidden blocks and all the hidden beans. Again, hell if I know how to actually get that in this. Brewing Chocola Cola is step 1. The main ingredient of Chocola Cola is Chocola fruit, which grows only in Chocohawk Woods. Step 2, place 1 Chocola fruit in a barrel that's been filled to the brim with savory syrup. Step 3, tell funny jokes to the fruit until it laughs, releasing soda bubbles deep within the brew. Step 4, bear in mind that the quality of both the fruit and the jokes will affect the brewing process. Father Chocola Cola, first generation chateau owner, Bubbles. Also, we'll be able to deal with the little circles in the ground very soon. Those are beans, so we can harvest out of the ground, basically. Hell if I remember how to get through this, like, 3D maze of sorts. It's not really a 3D maze, at least not in the way that, like, Mario RPG has, but I still find this very confusing. As we slowly lose our mind to this particular song. I mean, it fits, you know. Fits the vibe. Hi, Popple. Spoiler, that's Popple. So let's give chase to that ne'er-do-well. You can also fall down, so we have to be careful. Oh, boo, blast criminy, the famous shadow thief Popple's been caught in full sight. Cripes, you think you're ready, do ya? Well, nobody's more ready than me, see? I'll show you. Rookie, shake a leg. Yes, boss. This Bowser's like all chin. Oh, okay, Rookie, it's your turn, see? I want you to squash these red and green trips there. Yes, boss. Red and green? I feel like I know these two from somewhere. Weird. What? Rookie, are you saying you're acquainted with these two palookas? Chin, sir. Yeah, something about them feels real familiar, and it makes me feel real mad. Quit that babbling, you! You two ugly mugs came here for the same reason as us. You want the fabled Chocola-Cola, or Chocola Reserve. Boo, I say. You really think you can beat me to the punch? Well, open up those ears, punks. I, Popple, Shadow Thief, Felcher of the world's riches, bet you that I get the Chocola Reserve first. Rookie, go to it! So here's something fun. I'm bad at this fight, but what I was about to say, for real, is, you wanna fight Popple first. This is actually a risky strat. How dare you guys try to mess with the great Popple? Because Bowser will counterattack you if you attack Popple, but Popple will drop, like, rare goods if you actually can take him out. So there are benefits to actually going for Popple first, even though it does have the risk of Bowser or Rookie giving you some shit for it. If he has the big smile, that means he's going after Luigi. He also has an attack where he can steal mushrooms and use them to heal. He's already dead, so don't have to worry about that. I think he aggro's now. Or maybe not, maybe I'm thinking of a different fight. Yeah, I'm thinking of a different fight, actually. But yeah, Popple's pretty squishy, but he definitely can be tricky if he starts stealing your items. We gotta be getting close. I want to say this or the next bird's attack might finish him off. Yep. Again, it's like, I feel like I have an intuition sometimes about like how much health enemies have. It's like, yeah, we're probably at the end of this fight. Again, there are certain games I'm very normal about, and this is definitely one of them. I mean, hence the series. It's like, I'm not saying it's a favorite for nothing. If you want to be really cheap, you can obviously, like, do this. If you're playing on NSO. But I'm not gonna do that if I can help it. Rookie, you bloated idiot. Who took you in when you were dazed and lost on that mountain? Me, you worthless vermin. I'm so ashamed. Man, I don't care, see? We're fine as long as we get the Chocola Reserve. Let's not mess with these two knuckleheads. We'll scram and hurry on ahead, yeah? Poor Bowser. I actually feel bad for him. I legit think Bowser's a great character, though. In general. But I think the RPGs is where he really shines. Anyway, more red and green characters and barrels. Have I been saved? That's good, more. So hello. Oh, I'm so sorry. Hello, I'm the maitre of the chateau, Cork, that is me. And moi, I am the petite brother of Cork. My name is Cask. We were stuffed into these battles by two Trebia characters. Are you the ones who saved us? I apologize to everyone, everywhere. Oh, to get straight to the point, the two, attacked us are, the two who attacked us are after the Chocola Reserve that lies deep in these woods. And who you do after the Chocola Reserve as well. The problem is whether or not that legendary soda even truly exists. But even the two of us have never seen or drunk that famed drink, the Chocola Reserve. Behind Chocolate Woods is a sanctuary no one can touch. And there is not easy. Yeah, what? Quoi? Who can stomp on enemies? And armor rocks to little bits to make paths, are we? Perhaps you fool could get through the woods, but not with these moves alone. Cask, perhaps with that wonderful hammer. Oui, très bien, mon frère. Indeed, little old moi was thinking the exact same thing. Ahem, pardon moi. I should not be trusted with accents, is the takeaway. After having a tete-a-tete with mon frère just a moment ago, we have decided to thank you for helping us. We have decided to teach you 2 hammer techniques. These are techniques that have been perfected and refined and passed down at the chateau. If you master these, they should help you in your bon voyage in the woods. Do you wish to try to master these hammer techniques? Oh my god, I'm perishing. First, Monsieur Green, give me your hammer. Oui, I see. With this hammer, first press the L button to choose your hammer. And press the B button to swing. And voila, that is the secret hammer technique. Swing the hammer high and watch it plunge down with the joie de vivre the woods. I don't even know what some of these words mean. Anyone hit with such a technique would become micro-sized. Oui, très petit. Anyone this size would be like a mouse. You could go into tiny holes for micro-adventures. To return to normal, just swing the hammer again in a superb whack d'amor. Allez, go, try it. Oh, incroyable, to think you could produce the joy of the woods on the first shot. Alors, perhaps you should try to put him back to normal. Excellent, magnifique. Fu could be a genius. Why am I thinking of Mitsuru Kirijo with some of this? Now then, Mr. Red, give me your hammer this time. This time, press start to switch positions, then press the L button to select your hammer. I know the answer to that question, by the way. I need to play Persona 3 again. Then press the B button to swing. I also need to play Reload at all. This is the ultimate hammer technique, très bien known. Crashing down on a gust of wind with the power of the earth. Whoever is struck by this hammer will be completely buried and hidden in the earth. Of course, in this state, moving with the control pad is possible. One feels much like a mole, while Fu can even sneak under fences for micro-adventures. To come back above ground, just press the A button. Allez, go try it. God, this is a lot to read. Bon, the power of the earth crashes down in a burst of wind. That was perfect. Oui, just press the A button to pop out of the ground again. Fantastic. Now it is time to put these new hammer techniques to the test. Use the techniques you learned to get the 2 cola goblets in the room next door. The 2 goblets of which I speak are 2 of the Bean Kingdom's greatest treasures. The sparkling glass is brilliant. It is the perfect reward for you who have gained these techniques. So, messieurs, procure the 2 goblets. Whew, okay. That was a lot. Anyway, this isn't actually that bad, but we also have this ability. We actually learned about this officially later, but you can actually get the Chuckle Beans early as a result. Mouse's living room. Take care not to bump your head on the low entryway. Steel flooring. Steel flooring is so hard you cannot go through it. Mole's living room. Tunnel beneath fences, try not to get your clothes dirty. I like the high-pitched jumping sound. Unfortunately, this also forces us back to talk to them every time, and Speedy sparkles in your eyes. I think it does. No, it doesn't. I'm thinking of something else. That, like, forces you back. Every time you get the MacGuffin for the tutorial. What is this? Please do not hit anything on the wall. Well, about that. Sorry, big ass button on the wall is gonna be pressed. Got the green goblet. Brilliance glitters in your eyes. Yeah, I was confusing this with the last set of bros actions. Oh, you got the red goblet and the green goblet. Messieurs, you are amazing. Incredible. There is nothing left for us to teach you. You have mastered the hammer techniques perfectly. Well, messieurs, you may enter Chocolate Woods in search of the famous Cola Chocola Reserve. I am wearing myself out trying to read all this dialogue, actually. I mean, I got farther than I God damn it. I got farther than I thought I would today. I thought I would get to the chateau and then stop before all this. So, like, I am technically making a faster pace through this than I was expecting, which feels nice. Yep, buried over here. Again, we'll get these, at least. Bowser kinda goes for a ride in all the RPGs, actually. He gets put through the ringer in most of them. Again, Bowser's a genuinely good character in the RPGs, specifically. Ah, that's where the hidden thing is. I always forget what this is, but I always remember it's here. But yeah, tons of goodies in this little alcove. But again, and the 3DS version actually tracks things like blocks obtained, so and beans collected, so you actually have proper stat tracking. And by extension, an actual incentive to look for all this shit, which is nice. Is it on this side or the other side? It's on the other side. I guess has to do the maze again. Cause I'm wanting a bean. Alright, is there another one at the end? Nope, just a save block. So yeah, I don't think we'll have a lot of time to make a ton of progress in Chocola. Unless I want to be really dumb and actually push ahead for another hour. We wouldn't be able to make much progress in the woods. But again, given how much I think I can feel myself already losing steam, I probably shouldn't push myself. Like, I should actually be smart and not exhaust myself reading out all this dialogue. Not that there's much dialogue for a little bit, at least. Oh hey, someone just went live. We can raid them in a moment. Yeah, I'm gonna rest after this. By rest, I mean I'll probably end up in a voice call, because I make good life choices. Oh wait, I missed this one. Again, in GBA, there's no real incentive to getting all the beans. I just like to, because I'm a completionist sometimes. And also I want to get certain cutscenes. Chocolat Woods. Oh, the save block isn't here. It's actually inside the building. Yeah, this is a save block for this area. Okay. Actually, we can save and quit. We made very good progress in one day again. I don't know what the exact like time measurement would be. Like, what would count as like, you know, a third of the way through? But I'd almost be willing to bet we got like almost a third of the way through. Like, genuinely. So yeah, we'll continue this at some point. I don't know when exactly. So just to give a quick overview, the schedule for the week is Thursday. We'll probably I'll try to do a game clearing stream on Thursday. I will probably try to start around 3 and go to 6, but at least that's the plan. The game itself is to be determined. I have a couple of options. A couple would be very topical right now. So yeah, I'll decide, but I don't entirely know. Then next Monday is the 19th, so that'll be continuing Superstar Saga. As a heads up, on Monday the 26th, we will not be doing Superstar Saga. Potentially, I might do something special. But I'm kind of trying to decide right now if I want to do like a 10th anniversary stream for Splatoon, because the anniversary is Wednesday. Next Thursday might be more of the game clearing game I decide to do on Thursday. So like the week after, just continue that game. But we'll see. But basically the week of the 26th, the schedule might change. I might not do Superstar Saga on the 26th just because of Splatoon's anniversary, and I might not do the game clearing stream on Thursday because of Unica in Guilty Gear Strive being out on the 27th. So she'll be out for a few days, so we'll see how much I can actually absorb of this character before we do an arcade run. June might also be a bit up in the air because I might want to do stuff for Pride Month. So we might do some special game clearing games for Pride Month. I have a few lined up. So my hope... Also, with the Thursday stream on the 29th, if we're not done with Mario and Luigi by then, which I think is unlikely, we likely will continue it after Unica's arcade mode, which will only take maybe half an hour to an hour, because I might talk about some other stuff as well. But in general, the goal is to get through Unica's arcade mode at the very least, and then maybe continue this. The only problem with that is having, you know, a lot of stuff in one stream and having to like how do I divide up a VOD basically, so that's a slight concern in that regard. But that is where I'm at with that. But again, all these plans are subject to change because I'm a very indecisive person who often does things very last minute. Alright, with that being said, hey, thank you all for watching. Thank you for all of the well wishes on the sort of debut of sorts of this new model in quotes, because again, most of just the like bust up has been changed, and even that's pretty like simple adjustments. Yeah, I'm really happy with how this turned out. I think it looks really pretty, and I think it feels a little bit more like I'm coming into my own identity, because I almost feel like before I was like... I was getting compared to another Fox VTuber, I'm just gonna be blunt, and like there's definitely another Fox VTuber where I'd sometimes post and be like, wow, they look a lot like you, and it's like, I need to change something, shouldn't I? So yeah, I think the necklace and the flowers give a bit of a unique identity. The pink eye and the blue eye also, but without being like over-designed. That being said, I might try to change up the outfit more in the future. Yeah, thank you all for watching. This was a lot of fun. Alright, we can do a raid. Do we want to do me and the bros at 2 AM looking for beans as a raid message? I don't want, guys. Sorry, yeah, we're just wrapping up. We're probably just gonna raid out here. God, that's a mouthful. You won't expect it? So yeah, that's a raid message. I feel like a lot of our raid messages come from Nicole. I'm noticing this as a pattern. But someone just went live, and it's also their birthday, so I feel like that is a good person to raid today. So we're gonna be raiding Peter. He is doing something. He just went live. So yeah. Thank you all for watching. Again, next stream will hopefully be Thursday at 3 PM Pacific, 6 PM Eastern. I don't know what we'll be doing. I'll figure it out before then. And then we'll continue Superstar Saga next week, unless I'm feeling impatient and want to continue Superstar Saga on Thursday. That is not out of the realm of possibility. But yeah, thank you all for watching, and I hope everyone has a good rest of their night. Good night, everybody. Take care.